All right. Pretty much instantly. Oh boy. All right. Everyone, calm down. Calm down in the YouTube chat, okay? We're here. Thanksgiving is not ruined. Oh my god, I can hear myself. I need to close down. It's Thanksgiving week. We got a scuffed episode on our hands. I'm not in jail, I promise. I'll expand on that later. Custa's not here because I don't think he knows the difference between Tuesday and Thursday. Maybe he'll show up when he realizes that it's Tuesday and not Thursday. But
he's that one family member that just, he's the one family member that decided not to come to Thanksgiving. That's all it is. That's how I explain it.
Or forgot about Thanksgiving in this case.
I mean, Australia doesn't have Thanksgiving either, right?
No.
It's only an American thing, yeah.
Yeah, but we've been here for like, what, 5 years now? Come on.
I will be honest. The change in the day almost screwed me. I was about to go to bed, and then I see a ping in the Discord that says, AVRL? Custa? Question mark.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I guess Plat Chat.
I guess I'm on today.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not sleeping. So
it was partly my fault because I put both Tuesday and Thursday in the message, and so I think that people just like quickly just like, oh, Thursday, yeah, whatever. I don't think they actually like read.
I think it would have been implied. I'm not gonna give. I'm gonna give Scott some shit. Because like, Scott knows it's Thanksgiving.
When is
yeah,
so like,
I
why
don't
would
know
he
what he's
assume
doing,
that?
but
Yeah, bro is. I don't know what the bro's doing, but if he goes live on his stream, I'm gonna cry myself.
That would actually be so funny.
That would be so funny if he just goes live. It would just co-stream his stream, just take the piss.
because he's live. I think he's live on Discord. Yeah, he's no, but like he has the computer open. I don't know, but he says busy on Discord, and I've tagged him, so I don't know what more to do. Nice background, Avril, by the way. Nice background.
Snoop Dogg fucking lied to us. He lied.
Did he lie?
Yes, he lied. He's not giving up the smoke. It was an ad. It was a viral marketing campaign. It was an ad for a smokeless fire pit. It was a bait the whole time. Snoop Dogg managed to convince the entire population of the earth that he was giving up the smoke, that he was giving up the weed.
He doesn't want the smoke.
He doesn't want the smoke, but now he's getting the smoke from everybody because it was a viral marketing campaign for a smokeless fire pit.
Bro, I was about to complain just like, oh, it says respect my privacy at this time, and Avril's totally not respecting privacy, but fuck your privacy, Snoop Dogg.
What the
you lied to us.
No. Yeah, he honestly, I don't know if it was him coming up with the idea. Probably not. It was probably the smokeless people or like whatever, solo stove.
Smokeless people.
Yeah, this like, dude, I was like, I don't know if it was him or like whoever, but came up with the idea. But Jesus, did it go hard? It went crazy. That image that Avril's got behind him. How many views was that? How many likes and retweets and stuff like that? It got everybody yapping, and even we were yapping about it on the podcast. Nothing related to Snoop Dogg or Pine Park.
I had it up.
It's insane.
It reminds me.
That props to the marketing department.
There's this NBA player. I'm gonna explain because I don't think you guys are into NBA. There's this NBA player called Anthony Davis, and he has a huge like unibrow, and so people called him like the unibrow, and so he did a campaign with one of these shaving companies where like he like fake shaved the unibrow, and people like, oh my god, like holy shit, he shaved the unibrow, but then it was actually fake, so he didn't actually do it, but it was just a campaign for this.
So Jaws,
racer company.
I have the answer for you. It's 149 million views.
Oh my god.
How much was Snoop Dogg paid? I need to know the number.
Minimum go crazy.
Minimum, like what, mid 5 figs probably, right?
That's crazy.
Gotta be. Gotta be.
All right. Are we gonna get into the episode then? We'll get into the episode without Scott.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm not waiting around for Scott.
Yeah, I'm not wearing.
Chat's gonna get pissed. Chat's gonna get even more pissed.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving. You know, people just wanted to tune in for a good vibes episode. You guys don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I am now celebrating Thanksgiving because guess what? I'm trying to be an American over here. So, you know, we went out. We got some good meat.
Blood is trying to be American.
We got some meat. We're gonna cook on Thursday.
Give us the national anthem. How's that going for you? You got it? Are they flowing good?
Oh, that would be disrespectful. You have to do the national anthem in a respectful manner. Right now, it's not the best time, the best setting for that. You know, you need.
You're holding your microphone like you're about to sing. Is all I'm saying. So.
Yeah, well, at my in-laws, so the setup is not optimal, but
No,
it is what it is. I feel like I'm doing radio show over here.
No,
Radio.
it honestly
Plat Chat,
looks like
105.7.
you are like we have transcended the podcast. We are no longer doing Overwatch. We are talking about smoking meats and discussing like World War II history on like the middle-aged men podcast.
Hey, people don't smoke turkey. The new wave is like deep frying. They deep fry, so they make like a giant deep frying bath, and they just put the whole damn turkey in the deep fryer. Like, it's unbelievable. It's not like a pot on the stove or whatever. It's like out in the yard, they have like a giant pot, and they just sink the entire turkey in a deep fryer. It's unbelievable. They're cooking here in the States.
Speaking of food and cooking, I have an important announcement to make. In about 10 minutes, from now, McDonald's breakfast starts for me.
Oh,
I'm getting ready to
nice!
Order.
Wow.
We get the live AVRL order
Wow.
from McDonald's.
McDonald's breakfast begins in 10 minutes, so I'm ready. If I'm gonna stay up, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna be here for a while. We're gonna talk 3 hours.
We're gonna go to bed after, or what?
Smoking. Yeah, I'm gonna. What else am I gonna do? I'm gonna stay up for another 24 hours.
If you order McDonald's breakfast for the show, and then you go to bed, and then you wake up again, have you had breakfast twice in one day?
Oh, because I'd have to. I'd be fasting, and then I would have to break the fast with my next meal.
Yeah, but you'd have
eating...
breakfast. You had a McDonald's breakfast going to bed, and then you have breakfast as you just rose again. So you'd have breakfast twice.
I'd be having lunch depending on the time because I'd probably wake up really late. I'd have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
God, I would kill for a McMuffin right now. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Now you've said that, my goddamn, bro. I'm not paying DoorDash $17 for delivery though. I ain't doing that.
All right. Yeah. I can't remember the last time I had McDonald's. I can remember though. The last time I used a Manscaped.
You shaved your balls.
And that's right. That's right. We got a huge week. Okay? You guys might not be celebrating Thanksgiving this week, but guess who is? I am, and Manscaped is. Manscaped is celebrating Thanksgiving. So, all these like big holidays, and there's big sales going on. Guess what? There's an amazing sale going on. I literally told him, screw this. I gotta do the promotion. Screw him. Manscaped is doing a huge Black Friday sale, okay? So if you've been listening to the pod, we love Manscaped, okay? They're the biggest supporter of the podcast, allows us to do this. We love them. They're our best friends. And they got a huge Black Friday sale. So you can see top right corner says use code Black Friday. They got 25% off entire website plus free shipping, okay? This is a huge opportunity for you to get some Manscaped products, okay? So check out the sale. We love Manscaped. They've been absolutely huge for us. And also, new on the website, or might not be new on the website, sorry. But they got a peak hygiene plan. So I don't know if you see on the top right there, it says peak hygiene plan, okay? So if you guys were, if you shave manually, if you use their ball deodorant, which is really good, if you use all kinds of stuff, you can now get a Manscaped subscription. And they send you this stuff on a monthly basis or bi-monthly basis. You can decide. So Manscaped, get a peak hygiene plan, okay? We've all been to BlizzCon. We've been to school. We've all been at our absolute worst, gaming until like 4 a.m. We've been in like awful hygienic conditions, okay? Just get the peak hygiene plan, okay? And you don't have to worry about being, subtweeted by all these people just like super, just like, oh, make sure you buy deodorant, make sure you, freshen up before you go out there, no one wants you to smell your smelly ass, okay? Manscaped's got you covered with the peak hygiene plan. So check out their Black Friday sale. We love them. And in honor of Manscaped's Black Friday sale, we're gonna talk about Wrecking Ball today, okay? It just makes sense. Manscaped's got a huge Black Friday sale, so we'll talk about the ball in our game, which is Wrecking Ball, okay? Been at the topic of a lot of debate, a lot of conversation this year, okay? So I figured we just have a chat, okay? A lot of people out there just like buff ball, somebody like, oh, nerf ball, we hate ball. I love balls, but I think we should really take an opportunity here. Wait a minute. We should really take a moment here to just talk about what should we do with Wrecking Ball now when Roadhog is out the way, okay? Now when we dealt with the hog, let's deal with the ball. What should we do with the ball?
Is that it? Is that it? Is this the transition?
But first of all,
this is the transition. Yes, the Manscaped Black Friday read is over, and now we're transitioning into all these Reddit posts.
Go to manscaped.com. Plat Chat code.
Yeah,
code Plat Chat.
We love them. They're huge for us. Okay, they're huge. So But yes, in a more, I don't know if this is a serious topic. It's not really a serious topic, but it's the off season. Okay, we're starving out here. We're starving. But I did see that there's been like 3-4 posts about the state of Wrecking Ball. They did a Roadhog kind of rework, whatever. They dealt with some of its abilities, and I really do think that it's maybe time to look at Wrecking Ball and talk about Wrecking Ball and Wrecking Ball's state in the game. Joss, you're looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah. Where's this come from? Are people just wanting to rework heroes now? This is really. I thought this was really weird.
Hell, people. Well, so the problem is, okay, you get a Wrecking Ball on your team. You nerd out. You nerd out because you're just like, oh my god, we got a Wrecking Ball on our team. And I think it's
nerd out. I'm sorry, that's your experience when you get a Wrecking Ball player on your team. If
well,
it's
I
not
don't,
like Ball Overwatch
tank,
or Yeetle or somebody on my team playing Wrecking Ball, I'm like, or one of the one tricks, I'm like, yeah, we lose. Like only the one tricks know how to play that character.
Sorry, I misused nerd out. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is no one likes having a Wrecking Ball on their team. So let's talk about how do we fix that.
You turn him into a cube, and that's the next evolution. He becomes a cube, and instead of rolling around, he just kind of moves and just kind of like boom, 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 boom. Like, oh, what's that game? Blocks, where you're like the little trapezoid, or not trapezoid. Holy shit, I'm gonna get roasted in the comments. The thing, and you move the thing, and it topples. You know what I mean? Solomon knows what I'm talking about, I'm sure. Anyway, I think yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, okay, good. I don't know why I thought you'd know that. Cuboid or something? Yeah,
it's
like
a British. This must be a British thing.
It's not. It was like a Flash game.
They're not talking normal English. They're speaking British instead of English. I'll start by saying that the Asmodan skin is the best ball skin. That's my contribution to the ball discussion.
I think it's kind of funny that I think it's kind of funny that people want to talk about not talk about ball, but like, yeah, there you go. Turn Wrecking Ball into this. Do this.
A loading
with
screen with blocks.
Yep, get it up. Cool math games. Okay,
cool
nice one, Solomon.
Games.
We'll see how far you can get.
What we can do on the pod.
We
can play game. We can play Flash games. If Flash don't exist anymore, on stream.
Turn Wrecking Ball into this. It would be funny, or at least for like an April Fool's thing. Wait, I think it's kind of funny. I mean, I get people are. I guess people are just kind of craving. Oh, look at that! Holy, this guy knows how to block saws. Yeah, I just. I would just assume that people are like craving a new remake, I suppose, for another hero, a rework. I think Ball in a way fits into a category. Oh, rest in peace. Ball fits into a category where like he's just kind of like sim make. He's a junk rat. He's just a silly hero, you know. I think that's okay. I think he belongs there.
Problem is,
there. Do people want him buffed though? Maybe I just didn't see the comments or like the threads.
Because you have 2 DPSs and 2 supports, you can have one silly support, one silly DPS.
I mean, Solomon,
that's fine. But because there's one tank, it feels silly when your one tank is silly. I see people's complaints, and I think I said at one point, maybe on a previous episode at some point, that Ball was one of the... No, I said it in the 6v6 versus 5v5 debate that I was on with Jake. That's where I said it. Where Ball is one of the tanks that moved over from 6v6 to 5v5 that is probably transitioned the least well of many heroes. So it probably makes sense.
Hog, I think, was the worst, personally.
No, I think Ball transition at least as worse, if not more. Oh, well, I guess it's debatable.
Well, you have one less bowling
pin
pin to slam. So
have we had a ball meta at any point in Pro during a 5v5? Has that happened yet? An actual ball meta? No, we haven't, right?
Ball is such like a... Ball in 6v6 was weird too, because Ball was just like such a solo hero anyway. And so it was
but
like,
you had another tank to make it work. Yeah. And so it didn't feel that bad.
Like, it didn't really fit Overwatch 1, you could argue, because the tank synergy just really wasn't there. Like, with Dive, it was like, okay, Winston Diva kind of thing. Double bubble, right? Monkey Zarya, and then Ryan Zarya, and then, you know, Orisa Sig, you know? Like, a Ball was, I feel like, was the outlier in Overwatch 1, because he was the one that was playing solo. Yeah, I mean, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think Ball needs to be changed in any meaningful way. Maybe some numbers need to get buffed. Maybe a different ability other than Slam. But then Slam is such like an iconic ability. I personally think he fits better in 5v5 than he does 6v6.
I think I know what the issue is. I think I know what the issue is. I think general team comp, this is probably a more NA thing than Asia, because Asia likes to play more dive. But if you are playing more comps, I am imagining this, so you play a lot of ranked, Jules, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but NA ranked probably has a lot more tendency to move towards a brawl type composition. There's a lot more like slow heroes, a lot more like Ana type of play. You don't have the Briggsing, you don't have the dive heroes. There's a lot less like Tracer, Sombra type dive. There's a lot less Tracer Genji kind of deal. Probably seeing more slow heroes. I was going to say Ryan, maybe not in this particular meta, but NA is just known for more brawl, right? And so if you're playing solo queue and you're playing on NA and you see a ball on your team, but your supports, your DPS aren't picking around that, you're probably a losing scenario. But then they probably feel like they're being held hostage, like, oh, now we have to play dive because our tank plays ball. Right? That's probably another angle.
I mean, I don't even think it comes down to like strength as much. It's just like perception of like the play style of ball. Where playing Wrecking Ball, it's almost like playing Widowmaker if you're DPS. It's a very like, you know, binary outcome if you play Widowmaker. Either you pop up in the kill feed and you get hella frags and teammates are like, okay, good Widowmaker. Same goes for Wrecking Ball. If you're not actively like picking up frags, like picking someone off in the back line, or like really getting a sick boop into your team, for example, like people are just going to assume that you're being useless, right? And I think people struggle with that. Whereas if you're like play Reinhardt, just like, oh, Reinhardt on cart, doing tank things, like people, your teammates, your damage players and your support players have a way easier way to just like understand like what they're doing, how they're contributing to the team. And so I guess that's the problem with ball. And so people are trying to figure out like, just like, well, how do we make ball more acceptable? Not necessarily much better, but like, how do we make Wrecking Ball an acceptable pick?
Yeah, more of like a team pick rather than like a solo hero, which I kind of understand. Yeah, that does make sense, because if you think of like every other tank in the game, there is a way to kind of play around your team in like a defensive manner. Whereas like Wrecking Ball, I guess you could be defensive, like a defensive slam. Monkey on the enemy team jumps in, you slam the monkey when he jumps in, kind of thing. But like that is, I would say that's a little bit more uncommon for like ball players to do that, because they're doing their own thing. Because again, it's a very solo hero. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I mean, maybe his slam pops up a little shield or something in front of your support or something like that. I don't know. Like, but I think he's very unique, obviously in his kit and like how he works. But I don't think it's a good thing. It's probably one of his strengths.
It's a really good. What do you think I'm going to say? Do you think I'm going to say something really?
I got like a devilish suggestion right now. I'm going to look at it first.
No. Mine's a very, very simple suggestion. It's extremely normy. It's because Jack brought up like, oh, I could do something to help the team. Yeah, or maybe the adaptive shielding could be like a team shielding.
Oh my god, that's what I was gonna say. Oh,
it's not spicy.
Because it's Junker Queen, but instead of health, you give shields.
Yeah, but there's no movement speed, so I think it's fair. I think like the commanding shout gives a movement speed, and that's like a little bit extra. And then
dude, people are already popping off on the Reddit.
Popping off on the Reddit.
And just by the way, the McDonald's
it's breakfast
is coming.
time.
It is on the way. It's coming.
AVRL, open up the app. Eat it on stream.
I've already ordered it. I've already ordered it.
You've already ordered it? Okay,
I don't want to dox myself because my address in there.
We're derailing the podcast. What's the order?
So real quick, by the way, the fun game we're going to play here is my order going to arrive before Scott. That's the fun game we'll play. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd rather show you when I get it. I don't want to spoil the order until I get in front of me.
Do you want to bring up this thread, Solomon? The Reddit thread? Because I've not looked at the Reddit thread, so I think it would be kind of good to kind of go through it. I just control F'd ball and this came up. So, yeah. So, I do not think Wrecking Ball is a terrible hero like everybody says. I understand why people hate playing with him, especially in games without comms. Yeah, I mean, that's probably why. Oh, wait. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil.
Oh, damn. I was gonna ask Solomon.
There he is. There he is. Oh, my God. Mute in the Discord. Mute in the Discord.
Oh, well, wait, let's mute. Yeah, what's good?
Okay, hey, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Thanksgiving! Happy Thanksgiving, Scott!
Happy Thanksgiving! Yeah!
Happy Thanksgiving.
Did you know we're not recording on Thursday because
yeah, that's crazy how that works.
Oh, that's crazy!
Wow.
That's
crazy.
You know, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Don't be ridiculous. What am I thankful for?
I said that too.
What am I thankful for? Huh?
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm thankful for a lot of things, but not in America. You know, I don't celebrate that. How's it going?
Johnny's the only one celebrating properly. He's American now, Scott. He denounced Sweden.
Yeah. Johnny, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Celebrating with the family, you know? Eating turkey. Watching football.
Ah,
Spending
wow.
time with loved ones.
Once
That's what
again,
we're doing.
we fucking lost him. Johnny's like, yes, I watch football and enjoy Thanksgiving these days.
Oh,
He's
dude,
like,
it's the best. It's the
please
best.
let me stay in your country.
Eating
What's,
turkey.
Yeah, bully.
what happened to your podcast? Why are you in a podcast setup now? You sound fucking great.
I'm at my in-laws. We're celebrating Thanksgiving at my in-laws, so we're recording on
Wow.
the Tuesday. Dude, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do some work on Wednesday, and they were like, you can't do work on Wednesday. That's the day before Thanksgiving. So we're out there on Tuesday grinding.
Ridiculous, Johnny.
So
Can't
you
do
gotta
work
respect
on
the holidays.
Wednesday.
Gotta respect the
Of
holidays.
course,
That's all I'm
of
saying.
course.
Well,
Friday
whose
is a holiday
setup is
too,
this?
apparently. So Friday, don't work on Friday, guys.
Well, yeah, tomorrow's my birthday as well, so you're not allowed to work either tomorrow. Okay, so
Yeah,
Jack,
it's Scott's birthday.
Kevin, you're not allowed to work.
I
tomorrow.
working?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
serious?
there'll be
We're
football.
unemployed.
That's all
We're
I'm doing
unemployed.
tomorrow. I guess I'll
What
turn it
work-
down.
What you propping up, huh? Anyway,
We're
we're
talking
talking about
about Wrecking Ball.
balls, Scott. Yeah.
Yeah,
we're talking about balls?
Have you seen
In
the
honor of
ball thing?
Manscaped.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've not seen the discourse because I don't really go on the Reddit, to be honest with you. But can we pull the thread up again? Okay. Cool. So yeah, we're kind of talking about this.
Ball might need a passive that allows his teammates to love playing with him.
Yeah.
We're trying to
okay,
make
right.
ball lovable. We want people to
Wait.
love balls.
What is your take on this? Because
Okay.
me and Avril have different opinions here. So I think Ball transitioned into Overwatch 2 quite well because of Ball's playstyle in
Yeah.
Overwatch 1, and he's a very solo hero, and it actually works very well with solo tank. Avril thinks the opposite, and it's he hasn't transitioned well at all, really. But in Overwatch 1, he was kind of weird because you played solo and then you left your other tank out to dry, and there wasn't this tank combo shit that we had to deal with. And for me personally, I'm surprised people are talking about Ball, to be honest. Maybe it's because Hog got a rework recently, but I don't think Ball's in a state where we need to change the kit necessarily. But I understand why people find Ball frustrating to play with because of the no comms and playing solo.
For me, I actually think Ball gets kind of just the issue with Overwatch 2 that I think Ball comes into is that supports are just really fucking strong. And I actually think supports just kind of bully the Wrecking Ball because the Ball doesn't have anyone else to really go around with him. He can be disruptive, he can be annoying, but for the most part, I think he's pretty easy to just sort of negate his effectiveness. I think Ball's fine. I agree with yours. I don't think Ball is in a terrible state. I think maybe he's on that edge. I think Ball is kind of like Doomfist, where currently the scales are tipped this way, where you're either really strong or you're just not very good. And I think it's very difficult to find that balance where it's you're not just going in unkillable and able to actually do damage, or you just die and when you go in you don't do any damage. And I just think Ball's on kind of a downtrend right now. When was the last time he was viable in Overwatch 2? He's had a little bit of metas. Right?
That's
can't
what I
remember,
asked.
honestly.
I don't think he has had a meta. When was the last Ball meta?
It was just Belosaria by himself playing.
There's
will
been
be-
a couple of attempts at it.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah,
it
I
was
guess.
Milgaru and
That's a
Bellasaria,
couple.
really?
there will definitely be more
Oh no,
You
I got
have to
it.
play
It
ball
was
metas
it was last
in Overwatch-
year.
Overwatch 2
I
than
remember.
Overwatch 1.
I do remember Bellasaria playing a decent amount of Ball last year,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
think it was
Right.
very focused on individual players.
That was one guy.
Yeah,
One guy
no, I
playing
remember
ball.
those comps because it was just you just play for yourself.
Yeah.
Every hero has sustain, and you just play for yourself, and you just hope the ball kills people.
Because I feel like Doomfist is way more acceptable than Wrecking
No,
Ball.
I hate Doomfist for the exact same
Really?
reasons.
Wow.
I think
Yeah.
the issue that I have is that Wrecking Ball and Doomfist, they're very individual heroes that when they're really strong, the tank players are having fun and nobody else is. Your team who has the good Wrecking Ball Doomfist aren't having fun. The opposition against it, not having fun. And nobody's having fun. That's the issue with some of the tanks in the roster is that whenever they're meta, everybody just hates the game, just like Orisa. So people generally are happy and accept when Reinhardt is meta, Sigma's meta, Zaya's meta, Winston's meta. Everyone's generally okay, regardless of how much those heroes are played. But some of these other ones, it's just if I see this in more than 50% of these games, fuck this shit, I'm not playing. And I think that really hurts the identity of those heroes and why the developers don't buff them very often.
He does fall in that same category of Hog as well, where it's kind of a silly hero. Doomfist, Ball, Hog, they are the silly tank heroes, right? And I think that's okay because they fit a very unique play style and a very unique kind of player too. I feel like they people that really like movement and weird tech. Same with the Doomfist players. And I think that's good that we have heroes like this. I think I said this exact same point, like Control C, Control V from the last episode with Hog. Like, he's a bit of a silly hero, but he's kind of cool, and like the tech you can do, especially if you like grind the hero, is kind of neat, and it does suit the game very well.
I'm gonna add on to what Scott said, and even as a resound 5v5 defender, I will say the one downside of 5v5 compared to 6v6 is that I think, to reiterate again, heroes like Ball and Hog, they're just, it does feel like they drag the game down, given that there's only one tank. These silly heroes are fine when it's in the context of there being two tanks. Your second tank can always make up for it. You can play interesting comps where you can support your Ball and make Hog work. I don't know. It doesn't feel like one tank is just kind of holding your game hostage. But in 5v5, yeah, it does feel that way. And it's very hard to adjust those tanks to not feel that way without killing their entire identity.
Yeah.
So.
Or over buffing them to the point where like they just solo carry the game.
Yeah.
Which is also a big problem.
I think that's a problem that we're having. I don't know if this happens in the lower ranks, but right now in the upper ranks, if you have a Doomfist mirror, whichever Doomfist is better usually wins the game. Like, it doesn't really as much come down to the identity of some of these other heroes. Like, there's so much skill expression in Wrecking Ball that if you are like, there is very easy for there to be a big gap in the skill range in like even like a very balanced game, and I think that determines the outcome of the game just too easily.
If you have Yeetle and then you are against Ball Lover 1, 2, 3, like Yeetle's gonna win. You know what I mean?
Like, hey guys, I like to play Sigma, but I'll play Ball this game. It was like, shit, we lost.
Yeetle is just gonna shit on your entire team, or like Ball Overwatch, or like name another like very good Ball player. Like, they are just gonna dominate. Like, same with Doomfist, Quake Dawn, Zebra, etc. Like, those people are just gonna destroy your Doomfist if they don't play Doomfist. And like I said, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I like the way, although I do understand the plights of like you as a support player or you as a DPS player being like, okay, my Ball is doing things. What do I do? Like, how is the Ball supporting me? But it's just kind of a, well, your Ball is creating space, kind of. It is like a distraction technique and slamming the backline and trying to kill the backline. And like playing around that is not very, I don't want to say not very Overwatch-like, but it's very unconventional compared to like the majority of the tank roster that we have right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Widowmaker issue as well. Like when you have, sorry.
It's just like that.
Widowmaker
sits there and she can just take the game. She can take the game over because she just sits there and one-shots everybody, or like not so much anymore with a range nerf, but it's difficult because you're playing around that. Requires a lot of like, okay, actually, I have to sit and think, like, how the fuck am I playing around this shit?
All right, before we move on, I want your thoughts on this person's suggestions for the for the passives, for the Wrecking Ball passives, because they're so much fun. Can we pull this up again, Solomon? Can we pull up the passives again? Here are two random team-oriented changes. Hot Path. Fireball form will leave a path of damage for a short period of time. What do we think, lads?
Hot Wheels, bro.
I don't know about that.
Going through.
Change that to a team thing. Like, if he leaves the Fireball trail, you're like in Kitsune Rush, but without the damage, or like the rapid fire. You're just like sped up slightly, you know what I mean? Like, that's probably a little bit better. A little speed up there if you follow the little ball path, but...
Dude, I'd love to see like fire on the ground.
Ball? Like, is it just a straight up buffed ball? Like, how does this...
Yeah,
help? I mean, it helps the team by him being better, but like, I mean...
the purpose here is to separate the battlefield when a ball is doing its own work.
Yeah, but it just makes the ball way better. Isn't that what we're concerned about? We are concerned about
maybe it's hot
mega
steam.
buffing ball, right?
I would also be very concerned about like effects that linger around. Like Molten Core is like one of the only kind of like damaging abilities that just linger.
Wrecking Ball mines, thank you very much. Those things fucking come out of nowhere.
Well, yeah, okay, obviously they linger too, but like on the floor just kind of chills.
Bro,
like,
can you imagine the fucking Hot Wheels Wrecking Ball comes out of nowhere, drops the mines, and then puts a fucking ring of fire around you as well.
Ball players will do that. Ball players will be swinging, and it's just like circles of fire, bro. It's like a Johnny Cash song. Like a ring of fire just going everywhere, and then you just can't move through the choke because there's too much fire on the ground.
If you swing around the point, you put like fire in the air, like a 1990s game, or does it? Well, like where does the fire go if you're fireball form in the air? You know,
the Armor Break one is kind of insane.
Number
I like
2,
it.
armor break. Enemies who got displaced by a ball will receive a fixed extra damage on top of their next damage instance.
No, broken. No,
very
don't do
good.
that.
Very good.
Don't do that. That's a very
slam.
strong ability. But like, because that would increase it for the slam. And even if you made it like 20%, that's just like so broken. Also, I think anytime you add a damage increase on a different instance of damage, like that opens up a lot of avenues for things to be broken. That's kind of what damage boost does, right? With Mercy, it becomes very hard to balance, and then you would have to balance ball around the assumption that you are having this armor break. Yeah,
and they are
like
also damage boost, or they're damage boost and discorded. Yeah, there's like lots of point breaks there, and they do mention here in the brackets that instead of percent damage like Discord, it's like a fixed damage, like it's 10 extra damage, which is like. But the thing is, I think with a flat amount of damage there is that it feels very inconsequential, because the way I think of it is like, if Soldier is shooting, he's got the McDonald's. He's popping If
off.
Soldier is shooting somebody that is slammed, his first bullet is going to do 10 extra damage. If Tracer shoots someone, her first bullet is going to do extra damage. So like, it's slightly inconsequential when it comes to a lot of heroes. If it's like a Widowmaker, it would make a little bit more of a difference. But yeah, I think it's quite OP. Like, I would say, having someone take extra damage, and like Scott said, the damage break points within the game, they're already, it's like getting a little. I don't really like that. I'd much prefer like more utility-esque things around a character and like around this slam idea, rather than like a damage increase, because it does lead to people just detonating in midair and just like insta-dying. If this was.
I'll say again, I think the best suggestion was Johnny and I talking about just adaptive shield, giving team shielding, because
I'm not in on this, okay? You're on your own.
No, you said it was. I'll take it.
It's like
The reason why is you don't want to give ball buffs that it just gives them straight more damage. You want utility. Utility is more like team shielding. It's something that helps your team. That's just not increasing raw DPS. Anything that just increases raw DPS, I think is a bad idea. That's just way too much of a buff for a hero like this.
Oh my god,
Bro,
We've had
is
metas.
sad.
What is this?
Oh, I can't read all this, bro.
I'm happy for you.
Oh, TLDR.
I'm telling
TLDR.
y'all, I put this in the document. People are upset about
Oh, I
ball.
didn't read it. Ball players need to ask for gun buffs instead of CC immunity movement buffs. These buffs would make his drive more effective and lower the skill floor of ball, making him more rewarding. Gun
That's
buffs,
his
like
dive, not his
DPS
drive.
buffs.
Yeah.
Beep, beep.
Basically,
Well,
because you just get stalled out these days. Like, people stand in front of you and like interrupt you, and you're done.
Oh my god, the ball players would the ball one tricks would feast, bro. I feel like ball already does a lot of damage. What is
Ball
that
is
clip?
fun,
We've
man.
seen Ball
someone
do
that's
that
just, like,
damage in the past.
The punching animation, like that shit's so annoying, bro. When ball like slams you and it perfectly kills you.
We've had
Really
metas
great.
where if he rolls through you, slams, and then gets like
just-
one bullet
you're
off, you
dead.
just die as a support. And trust me,
Yeah.
that's it's not very fun. Ball is also a very difficult character to balance, because like I don't think he's very good at the lower ranks, because people don't know the text, they don't know how to get in the air, to be able to slam, to be able to do all that type of stuff. So it becomes this issue of like, I think Ball is probably dramatically weaker in the ranks that we're not in than it is in what we're dealing with. If it was really good, it would be everywhere in GM, and it would be just okay in the lower ranks, because that's where the most effectiveness comes out of him. If you have the text to be able to just consistently use his kit all the time.
Change my mind. I think Ball requires the highest knowledge of tech to be super effective in this game. More than Doomfist, more than any other hero.
Agree. Yeah.
Because to really like use Ball and make him good, you have to learn so much tech. And I learned this the hard way when I tried to learn Ball talent takedown, the last talent takedown ever, by the way. That was fun. And it was
Someone
like,
needs to Photoshop AVRL's face of that changed my mind meme.
It was an unbelievable amount of tech that you have to learn to even be remotely good on this hero.
Yeah, AVRL's gonna
Like-
set up a table outside a grocery store and be like, changed my mind, come debate me.
They nerfed a lot of that
Ball is
tech
less
too. Like, because the grapple expires now as well. So you can't, like, although before you could abuse the shit out of the grapple. Like, you could infinitely stall on top of roofs. with the infinite grapple. It's kind of good that they stopped that because, my God, having it was like the old Doomfist where you could, oh my God, I do miss old Doomfist. Dude, playing old Doomfist and getting that takedown was so much fun. But like when you could stall on like perfect rooftops and stuff like that, like old ball players used to be able to do it, just like grapple in a weird spot and then just stall and then just wait for your prey to come beneath you, slam, insta kill.
Your
Like,
prey.
yeah. It was very cool. It was cool.
Evacuated my trap card.
All ball players, bro. Ball player moment. But yeah, I think Ball is a cool hero. Please stop. Can we please stop? We're just Reddit review.
Reddit was a
We're just
Steam
Reddit
review.
review.
Well,
There's another
I
thread
haven't
that
been
says,
on
"Can we
competitive
buff all
Overwatch in a
here?"
while.
Yeah, there
This
it
is
is.
what we've
Dude,
been
it's been
chatting about.
It's gone
I
into
don't
that
think it's
meta
similar
where
to
like
these,
people
but-
make posts one day and then the next day it's people responding to the
Wait.
post with their own post and then
And
they
then-
like it just develops. It's
Same
like-
post,
it's like a
same post.
storyline of the Reddit.
Same post, but stop asking for stop. Stop
Exactly,
buffing
yeah.
everybody.
Is it made
That's
by the
so
same guy?
funny.
No.
No, so the
No.
one day ago it was a response to the stop asking for buffs, and so yeah,
Guys,
just keep-
everyone knows. Everyone knows that Overwatch TMZ is the real Overwatch subreddit, right? Am I right?
Yeah, that's true.
What
That's
is
true.
it?
The
Yeah.
real one? TMZ.
There's only one
Oh, that
correct
is a
Overwatch
fucking
subreddit. It's
garbage.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
clearly not
Every
what
now and
TMZ
then I just see a TMZ. If someone ever like comes to my chat and puts a TMZ post there, I'm like, I don't know if I want to open that box, Pandora's box of fucking wildness in there.
no, I'm good, bro. All right,
Yo,
I
know a
know the
guaranteed
devs are
way.
listening to this. So one
Probably
final
not.
suggestion: we got Lifeweaver. We got Lifeweaver in the game. You can grip people. Okay. It's time for Wrecking Balls to be able to boop teammates, and then just double the amount of boop. Okay.
Oh
So-
yeah, that would not be troll at all.
No, because there
Can
would be
you imagine
a
stacking up?
responsibility of your ball player to boop responsibly, okay? And so, okay, if you're gonna play Wrecking Ball, okay, boop our Genji in, boop our Mei in aggressively, okay? So you're pulling them, but you're pushing them instead of pulling. You see what I'm saying? So it becomes a
This is
utility
terrible
where you
idea.
can help your
I
team
love it.
engage by booping them into the enemy team. When you
I
wanna
thought
fight.
you were going to
Dude, you
say,
could-
let
you-
us grapple enemies. So
No.
you just grapple onto somebody and then you just pull them together and you just smash
So you
together.
can grab the
That'd be-
Rhino,
Reinhardt to just
Yeah, you grapple the Rhine and he just gets pulled towards you and you're like, oh, boom, and you just create a giant explosion in the middle.
No,
That doesn't
I
make
like the
sense.
bowling pins idea where you get your entire team to stack up in a neat little thing, and then the wrecking ball's like, "Here I go!" and he
get a
fucking
voice
whips
in there
it.
like strike.
Johnny cooked too hard. I think he cooked a little too
Nah,
hard.
nah, nah, I
I'll cook
like
a
it.
little
You should
less
make a
by
Reddit
saying-
thread. Honestly, everyone's
You
making
You know
one.
what?
It's
You know
super
what?
cool.
Yeah.
You know,
That's true.
instead of the blazing trail of fire that he leaves behind when he's on Fireball, what if it's a speed boost lane? Like not an insane.
That's what I
speed
said,
boost
yeah,
lane,
that
just
wouldn't
a
be too
small
bad.
speed boost lane.
I
When
think
people
that could
walk
be
in your
broken.
path. Oh damn.
Like it's like a mini Kitsune rush, but without the attack speed or the cooldown reduction.
I don't think
you're
it'd be
cooking there,
useful.
AVRL. I think you repolish that idea and get back to us next week.
I'm busy next week.
That's
We
crazy.
can chat about it then.
I got
yeah.
too many thanks to give.
Yeah.
We need for play of the game for Wrecking Ball. Okay, for the play of the game, we need those old bowling animations. You know, from like 10, 15 years ago, where it's like you got an 8 and it's just like a cowboy thing where it's just like, oh, this cowboy like bam, 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 and it got 8 pins and then it's like split, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
this up, Solomon? The video I just linked in, or like I put in the Discord. I don't know if you could play that.
Oh
on the
hell
stream.
yeah, this is it, bro. We need. Oh my god, you got sound effects. Yeah, we need this.
Oh no, it's not one of those ones.
Wait a
It's not-
minute.
Wait. What?
Oh, I remember
This
this.
is what we need.
I
That's what we need.
remember this.
Wrecking Ball.
I
Play
thought
of the
this.
game.
I thought in the video it was a preview of Aaron Keller's tweet. So I thought this is what Aaron Keller tweeted. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, Alec Keller just dropping these bangers on the timeline.
What?
That's a
the-
wreckable play of the game right there. That's what you
Yeah.
need. Debs, add this to the game. Add this to the
Did
game.
Aaron Keller tweet this out, guys? No, he
That's
didn't.
what I'm looking at. Like, with yours, what the fuck?
Aaron Keller just tweeting out bangers. Only bangers.
Wait a minute. Oh god. All right. That wraps up our Black Friday Manscaped Wrecking Ball conversation. You missed out on it, Custa, but Manscaped got a
damn.
Black Friday sale. They got a huge Black Friday sale, so they got 25% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. We love
Sheesh.
Manscaped. They're
The
supporting the
value.
podcast. We love them so much. And so we did a little ball topic here for the Thanksgiving Black Friday sale. So thank you so much to Manscaped. Check out their Black Friday sale. Make sure you cop it now before Thanksgiving is no more, I suppose. Anyway, it's not a lot more to talk about, guys. It's the off season. We're starting to like get deep into the off season here.
Yeah,
we got some flash up stuff to talk about. And then there's some minor.
Can we talk about the Aaron Keller tweet?
Yeah, we can talk about whatever you
The
want.
one that just said "fuck you."
The one that said "fuck you" on it. Yeah. It was to me specifically.
Yeah.
All right, elaborate.
Yeah,
Expand.
continue.
Where we're
So
going.
the respawn changes that they were talking about, like me, along with a lot of other people, were quite worried that they were going to change the respawn timers in comp, which would make the game ridiculous. Like Infinite Stall, Diva, like Season 1, Overwatch 1 coming out with like 6 Divas on the point, you know. But they're saying it's not going to affect all areas of the game, especially comp. So don't worry, everybody. Crisis averted. It's not going to come into comp. But they are experimenting with different spawn timers going into the later seasons. So I don't think this is a bad thing initially, especially in like more casual game modes. But like I was personally afraid of it coming into comp. So I'm glad they kind of cleared that up.
I don't even think it should be in quick play. Like, I think that's an issue as well. Leave it for the arcade mode. Like, have an actual experimental mode like we used to, if that's what you want to do. But leave it out of quick play as well, because the problem is the further away the game in quick play gets away from comp, the more different those two experiences are.
That is true.
The worse the game is generally overall, in my opinion, where like how do you get quick play players into comp if the two versions of the games are just way too different? It's going to be TF2 all over again, where it's 12v12, do whatever you want, and then comp is 6v6. It's just ridiculous. The game needs to be the same. So I don't even like it for quick play, personally.
I think it makes sense for like mystery heroes, though, right? Like that's the idea.
Yeah,
that's where I expect it to be like
yeah.
arcade mystery heroes, situations where people are playing this game mode to just fucking run around and turn their brains off anyway.
Also, like this is getting into like a psychological thing. The amount of downtime within a game, I think, does help retention in a way. Like, for example, Johnny, what are you eating?
What's he eating? What's he got there? Early Thanksgiving snacks?
I don't know. Got my in-laws. Got some cranberry scones. You know?
Oh wow!
Wait a second here.
Oh shit! Yo, give us a look. Give us a look. You know, I'll turn around.
Jesus.
Oh my! Hey,
Sorry, they look like go crazy. Put some clotted cream in that. Put some jam on that. Oh my god.
Oh, that's a lot of It's got a bunch of cranberries in there.
Shout out to my amazing wife. Just like I dropped some cranberry scones by your door.
Oh, the goat.
Open the door. Love it. It's amazing.
But
Thanksgiving, hell of a holiday. Love it. Anyway,
You shut it. You fucking American washed.
He's so American pilled. He's so America pilled. It's crazy. Please, I need the green card. When going back to my point about like downtime and stuff within games, I think it does. I think it does lead to increased like playtime and retention within a game if there is more downtime within that game. I'm thinking of games like Valorant, I think, are at one end of the scale where there is actually a lot of downtime between rounds and when you die, because obviously you have to wait for the next round. League of Legends is a little bit less so, like you spawn very quickly at the very beginning, and you and then you spawn slower as long as the game goes on, just to kind of help teams snowball and actually win the game. And then Apex, there's a lot of downtime too, where you are playing the game, but you're running from different POIs and like you're running from different places to places. There's short fights, and then at the very end, it gets more chaotic. Overwatch is in a weird space, I think, especially if, for example, they did implement this to quick play, where like it's just so much go all the time that your brain is just like oh my god, I'm just like so engaged all the time, and it's like it can become quite exhausting. So on top of like AVRL's point, I think adding this to quick play might be a bad idea, because the more you're like playing, the more you're in combat, in action all the time, the more you're like, oh my god, this is like so exhausting, you know? So I think there's that way to look at it as well. And like this respawn changes probably should only be left to things like mystery heroes, like TDM, CTF, etc., like those kind of modes, because player retention will probably go up if you just kind of leave it. And yeah, if there's too much action all the time, I think you're just gonna get burnt out.
I disagree with everything Jack just said. I think the younger generation, they hate They love to be overstimulated. They hate downtime.
fair.
Dude, I played a game of Ranked yesterday where the kids would not stop fucking peepo talking. They were just yapping the entire fucking time. They were like, every single kill, they're like, yo, hit the greedy fucking on. And then they started talking about Fortnite. And then they started talking about Obama being in Fortnite and shit like that. And they just would not stop. And I was just like overwhelmed. It was a lot, you know, like it was hard for me. So I think the kids don't want that. The kids want to have, like, I like that downtime. I like having that time to, you know, like, you know, a little bit of break. You can sort of like tab out, look at something else. But that's not what the kids want.
Bro is tabbing out in ranked games.
No, not in ranked games. We're talking about fucking quick play right now. Or we're talking about mystery heroes. Yo, I die and I'm like, I wonder what I'm going to spawn as. I tab out, I browse the Twitter a little bit. I come back, realize I got Moira, jump off the map, and then I try and get a new hero, right? Like, yeah, there's like so many different, like, I think in those modes, having them be really fast, the modes should end quickly, but I think there should be as little amount of downtime as there can be. And I actually think those games you highlighted are all doing the same thing. Apex 3 Strikes mode has become very popular because it's just like endless downtime. Sorry, no downtime. I think all the Valorant modes have been coming out, Swift Play, all that kind of stuff are doing the same thing, making the games faster. So like the individual game is shorter, but everything within it is faster. Same with League of Legends. You know, that's why everyone loves ARAMs, right? You just go for a little bit and then you're done.
But the problem is, I think,
the game.
you're starting from a baseline in Overwatch that's already very fast. Barack Obama is a Fortnite esports player. That is epic.
Yo, let's go.
Really epic. Barack Obama, he's finally making his debut.
The point is, though, is that the game is already one of the fastest games on the market. To be honest with you, like, realistically speaking, it is. And the game is balanced in a way where when you consider how slow tanks are to kill and how, you know, how slow the time to kill is against heal targets in general, you're just going to have these never-ending team fights, and things are just never going to end. Like, kills are not going to feel significant at all, and that's another part of you want the Zoomer dopamine hit. Part of that is like kills have to feel impactful, and they're not impactful if the dude respawns instantly or very quickly, and you're not getting any real progress on whatever your objective is, and fights occur too often. That's an issue. And so like you actually look at the games that are popular among younger people, it is Valorant and like Fortnite and stuff, and if they're playing the normal modes and not the crazy wacky modes, the game is really slow, honestly. Fortnite, you're spending a lot of time running around collecting mats before you're getting into real combat. Valorant, we already talked about that. Like, these are much slower games than Overwatch already is. Overwatch doesn't need to be faster. Overwatch is already criticized for being way too chaotic and quick.
But I think that we're getting back into the argument of like competitive or like even quick play. Like, funnily enough, like this Overwatch Cavalry post that everyone freaked out about, if you actually read the article, it's like a throwaway line at the end of a paragraph of like, we're even experimenting with things of like, what would it be like if the spawns were dramatically faster in some game modes? And then like Overwatch Cavalry is like, experiment,
just a fact.
Overwatch spawns will be reduced. And it's like, everyone's freaking out, but it's like, that's not really what Aaron Keller said. It was definitely said in a way that it was like, it's going to be experimental. It's going to be in the casual modes. Like, I think everyone agrees it would be terrible for competitive. Like, you can't just reduce the spawn times. I agree with what you said, Kevin. Like, the dopamine of like getting a kill goes away, but in Mystery Heroes, the dopamine is just running and slamming your head into things and then just getting a new hero. Like, that's what people want to do.
Objectives. I'm thinking of FFA, never mind, but I don't know. Like, for the wacky modes, it's one thing, but for the actual like core game of how it's meant to be played, the balance will be all out of whack.
Completely. Oh yeah, I agree. It should never go comp, and it shouldn't go quick play
as well. Yeah, because I do agree heavily with Kevin's point too, where the quick play should be as close to comp as it can be. And I still think they should have. We had this in the alpha, but we had quick play because that was the only queue available because we couldn't do ranked. But we should have quick play have the same rules as comp. There should be 2 rounds for like escort, hybrid, etc.
Oh, we're beating this old horse again?
I know, but it should be. It should be. Like, if I want to play quick play, like, it's great. I don't want an unranked.
Yeah, but then Aaron Keller will tell you
just chopping up the boards.
Team 4 will tell you that it'll increase the match times too long.
Yeah,
for quick play.
that's it.
They probably have data that people leave after 1/2 because it's quick play.
Yeah.
So like.
Yes, which is fair. Yeah. Which does actually make sense. Being able to leave like that. yeah, if you got like first held and you leave, someone jumps in, it's like, well, I have to hold first on Midtown, you know, or like something like that.
You're like diluting the player pool at that point. Like you have some people who would want to play competitive rule set in like in an unrated setting, and then you're gonna have people who just want to play quickly and play quick.
That's what I was saying. You don't want another queue.
Yeah.
Quick play maybe could have the comp rules, but yeah, you are probably right. There's probably some like crazy stat out there that like X amount of people leave every 5 minutes, just like that.
I do think I would, and you know, trust me, I'm a boomer here, okay? But I too would actually want, like, if there was like push game mode with no respawn. So like it wouldn't work for, you know, escort or hybrid or whatever. But if you did a push game mode or this new mode they talked about at BlizzCon, and they did that with no spawn time, that'd be fun. Because then it's like a tug of war kind of thing. Whereas with payload, I don't think it makes sense. Or control probably doesn't.
I mean, that could be an arcade mode where it's like
exactly, like an arcade
timers.
mode.
Yeah.
I'd
There's
play that.
Battlefield servers that are very popular like that. Well, they used to be anyway before like can't really play community servers anymore. Like they
Bro, old Battlefield.
really hard. Battlefield 4, like no respawn timer kind of thing, and you just like you insta respawn. Like it was like instant. It was ridiculous.
What was it?
Metro?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, what's the map that's on the
Metro.
ground in Metro when everyone's just at a choke, and then the entire map is just different sets of chokes, and then everyone just spawns, throws their grenades, tries to run through, dies, respawns,
That's Battlefield 3, right?
the grenade.
It was in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. Battlefield 3 originally, and then Battlefield 4 when they did they did the old maps again. Yeah,
Dude, Battlefield 3, my god.
No, Battlefield 4 was the greatest, apart from 2142, was the greatest Battlefield game ever released. It was what Battlefield 3 was promised to be.
No, Battlefield 2, best Battlefield game ever.
Oh, Battlefield 2 was very
Battlefield
good.
2, like,
Battlefield
changed the game. Like, what was it was the golf one where someone starts on boat and everyone else starts on the island, and then you got to get the island.
Golf of something like that.
Something. Dude, I played way too many hours in that fucking game.
I played too much 2142. That game, oh my god. It's so good. And you know it's old when it can't even do 1080p. Like, I think the max resolution was like 1060 or something like that. Like, something really random, just under 1080. It was so... Or, like, maybe it was just 1K or,
1079.
Like, 120?
Like
1070... No, 1079. But, like, oh, my God. And there was, like, Easter eggs in Battlefield 3, and on these crates and stuff, it was, like, 2143, and like people were like freaking out and shit. Like, oh my god, I know it's a very old game at this point, but jeez, what an amazing title.
This is now a Battlefield podcast. Welcome to Plat Chat Member.
Yo.
Dude, I'd be down. Give me Plat Chat Battlefield. I love Battlefield, dude.
This is what Jack does at 5 a.m. in the morning. He just logs on the Battlefield.
You're joking, but I actually do. Like, I get up at 5, and I'm like already on 2043, which is a good game now. I'd say it had a really bad launch, performance issues and stuff, but it's actually really fun now. And my god, I just dominating the new map. I forget, redacted, I think it's called. Yeah, it's like Metro basically. It's like the new version of Metro.
They should have made Battlefield in 1946. You spawn is like, oh wait, the war is over. Oh shit.
But the war is over. Just shaking hands.
It's just like The Sims, but in 1946.
Yeah, you're just a baker now. You're a baker.
We'll just rebuild.
Yeah.
I would go back and play Battlefield 4 now, 10 years later, when I've actually got a good enough PC to run it. Because my god,
that game was terrible. Well, yeah,
dude, it looks so pretty.
You could probably still play it. There are probably servers up still. I would be surprised if there wouldn't.
They got a hardcore fan base, you know. I bet they have servers up. Yeah, but I didn't have good enough of a PC when I was younger, so I used to head over to my friend's pal to just watch him play the game, because I was just like, wow, this looks so good on your PC, and my PC it's garbage. So it's just pixelated. I don't know, it just looked amazing.
I had the veteran status level 10 or whatever it was on Battlelog, because it was like however many games you play, like old Battlefield you played. So I played like every old Battlefield, so my veteran status was like the highest or like the second highest it could be, I think. So I played every single one online, and I had like the ACB knife and like all the veteran status stuff. Man, dude, the dope.
Jack, just share your creator code so you can get paid. All right, we know what you're doing.
Creator code, bro. No,
we know you're trying to get paid right now.
You know EA.
Yo, we were doing a Battlefield 4 week or something. Are we organizing it with the stream crew?
No, we're doing a DayZ. We're going back to DayZ. Me and Bren were playing yesterday.
Oh, so, is that were you playing with Bren? Sam was like, why is Bren playing DayZ? And I'm like, he's fucking off the goop.
Yesterday night.
When did you start doing this?
Good. Only yesterday. We should play though. It's really fun.
We should get that's what we should be
DayZ
doing with the
again.
Plat Chat squad. We should get as many people alive in DayZ to just run around like idiots.
Yes, dude.
That's what I made it for, so we can do this shit.
Yeah, bro. We should
we're
because
doing
DayZ, it's actually DayZ is actually the worst game ever. Like, let's be honest. It's actually you spend 95% of the time running back to your friends like, oh shit, I died. Okay, where the fuck are you? And then you're just like looking at these signs like, where the fuck is this? And you're looking at a map and you're like, I think I'm here. I'm gonna run this way up the coast. And then you run this way up the coast. And then your friends die. And then they lose all their shit. And then you're just fucking chasing each other for fucking ever.
Me and
But
Bren
it's
did
so
that
much
last
fun.
night. Bren died when he was fishing because he couldn't get food and he died of hunger. I ran up to his body. There was a flare on it. I was like, oh my God, Bren. And he collapsed in front of me. I take all his stuff. And then I go back up the hill. And then I try and cook the stuff. I end up dying. Bren respawns. He comes to his old body, finds my body in the middle of a road, gets all his stuff again, and then it starts a new life. And then I respawn, and then couldn't find him, instantly died to 3 cannibals, and then all over again. Just
And that was a
3 hours.
5-hour session. That's what they did with their
Non-stop,
lives.
yeah,
for 5
exactly.
hours.
5-hour session. We're running back to the bodies. We're cold. We're hungry. We're tired. We're dying of thirst and dying of just every disease under the sun. And yeah, it's a fun time.
I just watched someone like the video while you were showing the Barack Obama Solomon thing, so... it works. It's working. People are liking the video. We have 517 listeners, but only 81 likes. That math doesn't add up.
Yo,
right?
hey,
That's
why are we
crazy.
liking? Hey, what's
Press
everyone
like.
doing here? You got 518 of you, and none of you guys are liking the video. Like the video, huh?
Exactly,
Otherwise,
yeah.
Johnny's balls are gonna be sad.
That's true.
Uh,
That is very true.
I suck at those DayZ games because I can't toe the line between like playing too slow and camping and actually pushing up. So like either I sit idly for like 3 hours in this camp to wait for someone to come and then no one comes and I just sit there and I'm camping. It's boring as hell. Or I push way too hard and I just die and I'm like, what was the point of that? Like I'm not good at those games, so I gotta figure it out.
Jules, did you play like I think it was during 2020 when life was
we
a
all
black when life was a black hole when we all played. Do you remember the one time we all finally got together? We had enough food for everyone. Everyone was looted. We're in that town, and then I ended up accidentally shooting a zombie. And then what happened is I think I shot Josh. I think I shot Sideshow. And then we
Yes,
got
I
rolled
do
up on
remember
by
that.
this whole squad.
Wasn't it a
wiping
cheater or something?
It
Because
was-
like they were just killing us out of nowhere. I do remember a cheatering incident.
Yeah,
too.
it was real bad. I don't think they ever
was-
forgave me for that. I don't think
rough.
maybe I'm not
No.
allowed to play DayZ with you guys.
No, you might be banned from the DayZ server, actually, unfortunately. We are playing this new map, by the way. Bren found, and it's like a modded map, but it's like smaller than the original one, but it's like in the snow and there's blizzards and stuff. It's kind of cool. It's really fun. Again, we should play.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
down.
play soon.
We're
Okay.
unemployed.
Overwatch podcast, by the way. We've not talked about Overwatch in
Well, what do we want to
15.
talk about? Chat,
I don't
what do you
know,
guys
Johnny's
want us to talk about?
I don't
Is
know.
topics?
Johnny's got the docket.
Yeah, chat, you
Sorry,
got
I'm browsing
any
NBA
Any
Reddit
ops?
right now.
Any ops?
He's on the NBA. We're talking about DayZ and Battlefield. Admiral's eating his fucking McDonald's.
The owner of
Dude,
the
I'm
New York
done.
Knicks
I
finally
finished a while ago.
resigned. People have been waiting there forever.
Oh, yeah,
so,
that guy was a piece of shit, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think so.
I don't know. Allegedly.
Oh, Scott's just
But-
making shit up. He's just.
Soul
No,
Dynasty.
I'm pretty sure.
Piece of
I think
shit.
he said something like, I think it was racist. Am I thinking of the right guy?
let's
slandering
be
people.
careful here.
Slandering
Let's be careful, Custa, before we say shit, all right?
Oh, yeah, Soul Dynasty.
He was rude to
Yeah,
a
Soul
fan.
Dynasty.
I think he was rude to a fan or something because they sucked and some fan like criticized him or whatever and they got like lifetime ban or something. I think
Yeah.
I could be wrong about that too. Fuck knows. Anyway, Soul Dynasty thanked the Overwatch League for their time in the league and they're just like,
distracted
thank
by
you
Joel's
for supporting
tweet.
our franchise.
Yeah,
Turn
it's
that
a
off.
good tweet.
Yeah, it sounds like someone, or it looks
Pause
like
that,
someone
yeah,
trying to
thank you, pause
yell at us, like, but we can't hear them.
It's like the
distracting.
please, for the love of God, please.
All right, Johnny, continue.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry, I went back to NBA Reddit. Yeah. So no, I'm kidding. I was
Sounds
watching
like
YouTube
Matt.
chat.
His bro sounds like Matt. but, like,
Jokic got
unbelievable.
But yeah, they're just like, thank you to all the fans who supported us all this time. You know, I don't think this comes as a surprise that this was announced at some point after all the news cycles and stuff. But it does say, as we venture into a new phase for the competitive Overwatch scene, we turn our focus to exploring opportunities in the amateur scene. And that comes from Arnold, who, you know, I love listening to Arnold. You know, he's done a few podcast appearances. Yeah. He's got a good, solid tweets. He really knows what he's talking about. He's invested in esports. He's trying to make esports financially sound and trying to make it work. And and trying to come up with ways to make esports happen while making it profitable for these orgs to run, right? So excited to see if Arnold comes back and supports the amateur scene, if it makes sense for them, and tries to figure out a way to make esports a better place. But yeah, goodbye, Soul. GG's.
Yeah. Legendary organization. And I bought my first jersey, and it was a Soul one. And it was one of the plain ones too. It wasn't even the one that had a player name on it. But I've got a Jehong one as well.
Yeah, I bought. I think I bought one too. I think I bought a Munchkin one.
Ah, Munch King.
Yeah.
I have that and a Profit one. Because he's the goat.
Yeah. So I mean, I was gonna put. I'm trying to pull up Soul Dynasty's Wikipedia page because they only won that Kickoff Clash tournament. But I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to pour.
Win.
I'm not trying to pour dirt on the Soul Dynasty here, but I was just like, wait, they didn't really win anything, right? They just won the Kickoff Clash.
Oh, there's a bunch of teams that never won anything, so they at least got the one. Which is
Yeah,
fine.
but you
Got
know,
a lot of second
Josh
places in
still
there.
said like legendary org, which is true because it's like the Soul org, and they had so many amazing players on their team for 3 days. But they never got there, you know?
Yeah, they never had that. They only won that one stage, right? So it's like I feel like they didn't ever
They got
like
second once versus Shock,
Yeah.
you know, but that's about it.
They were always really good. But it's kind of sad to see. You know,
Love the org.
they never really
Those
hit that
rosters,
peak.
bro.
Like, you know, remember they were like one of the favorites heading into the inaugural season, and they've always been good, like across the board. So it's kind of sad to see, but you know, just another one added to the list. Writers on the wall, like all the teams are going to be making these statements at some point.
God, what
Last
a
year-
trade. Zephyr to Mayhem. Unbelievable trade in 20.
Yeah,
It's
really
Springboks.
changed the game for the
Last
Florida
year
Man.
should have been the year.
Changed.
Like last year was really the year for Soul Dynasty to make themselves happen, and I think
Yeah.
they had an extremely poor read on the playoffs patch for last year. We all heard the rumors about the fact that they ran a
Roto.
hog for playoffs.
Yeah,
when
they
it
were
was-
playing
when it
hog
was
in
actually like a
scrims.
reaper, and so they just got screwed. I mean, they put all their effort into running a hog meta, and then they were just like, "Oh, that's hog's not the meta."
Profit Kiriko.
So-
We're gonna look back at the Profit
Oh,
Kiriko.
so-
man, and be
Yeah.
like, what the fuck
If
happened
they-
there?
If
Christ.
they weren't going to win last year, I guess they just weren't at all because they were the strong favorite from APAC last year, and just they had some good results, but just kind of flopped in playoffs, unfortunately. So that's the legacy of Soul Dynasty. At least they got their one stage title. They got their one stage title by denying the Philadelphia Fusion, though. So unfortunately, one team had to cop the L and never finish for the title. It had to be, of course, the Fusion, the Infusion with the Infernal rebrand as well. But that was a hype final because for either Dynasty or Fusion, one of them was finally going to get a title. It was going to be their first title. Somebody was going to get it, and it ended up being Dynasty.
In hindsight, I wish Philly won that one. In hindsight, you know, I know Soul and Dynasty they won their one stage title. Good for them. Custa's dying, just like Soul Dynasty.
Holy
But
fuck.
I wish Carpe got his. You know, sad.
That's true. I was like,
Yeah.
you just hate Dynasty. That's
Well,
what it
he'll
is,
just
but-
win in Valorant. It's fine, and then we can be happy.
Yeah, I was going to
Dude,
say. Maybe
Dude,
Valorant.
can you imagine how much Overwatch is going to rally behind Carpe if he ever wins something in Valorant? Dude, we're going to freak out for him, and no one in Valorant is going to understand.
Did he? Has he popped off? I'm pulling up his Wikipedia page. now.
They're okay, right? I think they're like T1. They've been making it to the majors,
no.
but they haven't gotten very far. But they're in the majors, which is good for them.
Yeah, they got third in a Pacific League.
Yeah, but that's
So-
better than last.
He's continuing the Philadelphia
That is
performances in a different game.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
Curse. Never leave.
yeah, they'll figure something out. Anyway, I hope Arnold and the Gen G gang stays around the Overwatch scene. They're good people. They're good people. So I wish them all the best. Do you want to jump over to the Flash Up stuff? I don't know. Have we
No.
talked, or do you want to talk about the director's take thing? Because we're on the topic of Aaron Keller's tweet or something.
Yeah, we can do it. Whatever, you're the host.
All right, I'm sending it over to the director's take post BlizzCon. And it was nothing too revealing, obviously, because they had all the announcements during BlizzCon. So it's not like they're gonna do a huge director's take, doing like huge information right after BlizzCon, right? But it was a bit retrospective. They talked about some Mauga changes after people got to play Mauga. I know you guys talked about Mauga for quite some time. So You can see the changes here. Replace a chunk of his health with armor. We're experimenting with 150 internally. Reduce the size of his head's hit volume. Increase the damage reduction on an overrun. Originally it was at 30%. We're testing at 50%. Also, this can no longer be interrupted by a hack. Increase the lifesteal on cardiac overdrive. And there are quite a few changes in flight for his weapon. We're testing different spreads and firing rates when using both guns simultaneously, as well as different damage, ammo, and fall-off numbers. We'll have more details on those as they solidify. We think it was successful for a lot of reasons. We got a lot of great feedback from players, so there we go.
Yeah, we did troll when we talked about Malga the last time, because we were talking. It was something along the lines of he has no sustain, no team play, no sustain or something. And yeah, we forgot about the lifesteal.
No, what we absolutely talked about it, because we talked about how it could be Junker Queen all over again. It's just not as strong as some of the other ones. The big issue that we had when we talked about this is that all of us were pretty much working when the playtest was happening. We were working at the BlizzCon event in some way or another, so we weren't able to mess around with him. So we're just going off of videos that we Jaws, right? We're just going off of videos that we were seeing and stuff like that. But I think we hit most of it on the head. I think some people got mad because they thought that we said that the Morga ult kept your teammates in, which I don't think we did. But other than that, I don't know. It is what it is. I think we talked about the sustain, because that's really the bigger issue, and that's going to be the balancing act of Malga, is how do you make his AoE damage reduction plus lifesteal not be overpowered in certain circumstances, right? That was the Junker Queen issue. That's the Brig issue, where whenever you provide these big AoE things, how does that interact with everyone else's kits? Because if it ends up being really strong, no one will die, and it'll just pop everyone's health up very quickly by doing it. But
I like the idea of doing a playtest, and I think it was. Obviously, they said it was very successful. I think that's a really good idea. Have the hero just for the weekend. Everybody can play him in quick play, whatever, training range, whatever. And people can actually just give feedback on it, and they get the data as well, which is really, really helpful. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we see this guy. Well, I hope we get some of this moving forward, that we do see small trials of certain heroes that they may think, I don't really know how this hero fits in the game right now. Maybe we need to buff him, maybe we need to nerf him. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they continue doing trials like that, or maybe it was just a BlizzCon one-off.
Yeah, I disagree. I like the big day when they just drop it. They just drop a new hero and people are freaking out.
Yeah, which is also pretty fair.
Yeah, well, he said that in the article, in the retrospective as well. He's like, we're going to do this more. I think they said it was a resounding success across the board. So let's hope they do, because...
Didn't read it, so
God.
For that.
Yeah, I think it builds more hype for it. As you said, it gives them data. There's literally no downside, I don't think, other than unless it's releasing with bugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Holy breaking news. Oh my God. What is this, Solomon? Holy shit.
Breaking news.
Oh, shit.
Dark Orisa.
Bubble Trouble Mega Bundle.
That Orisa is so cursed. Holy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
Five Nights at Freddy's looking ass.
Dude, I want to throw rubber duckies at people.
Yeah. That is a pretty
funny.
sick Zen skin.
Yo.
Zen has too many good skins.
Yes.
You got a bath hat on? You got some rubber ducks
The rubber
on?
ducky, throwing rubber ducky is going to be kind of cool.
I love the sound effects. Like the beep, beep, beep. That'd be fun.
Dude, the Orisa is... This thing's going to run at you in-game, and you're just going to shit yourself. That's what's going to happen.
That's not the hat. That's Five Nights at Freddy's. That's Five Nights at Freddy's. Markiplier.
Oh, the hat's amazing.
No fucking way, bro.
Wow.
Cool. Oh,
Yeah.
That's cool skin.
Sorry I interrupted you, Jaws. That's crazy.
I forget what I said.
Yeah, it's something about the end of Malga. We'll wrap it up. Talks about Malga and the changes.
Cool
the
hero.
pests. Yeah. There's a lot of text here. Is it? Does it mean anything?
I'll admit it. I haven't read it, so my bad.
Where's the part about?
I read it. There's not a crazy amount in it.
There's the part about the experimental respawn change that everyone freaked out about. Was the
Yeah,
one?
this is all it was.
In the paragraph. Yeah, so we're looking at ways to reducing the number of people leaving or sabotaging matches since the start of season 7. The leaver rate in quick play is down almost 20% in some game modes. In quick play, okay, yeah. We're also working on the way to backfill matches so players no longer enter a game with a few seconds left. Yeah, that is kind of funny. That is always the funny thing about quick play with me. Every now and then when I do play quick play, jump in, we're about to lose. And it's like 2 minutes before we lose. Or like a minute, and they're like 5 stack and they got all ults, etc., which is quite funny. So, makes sense.
And yeah, you can see that the only thing they said about the spawn, and this is everything quoted, and like why everyone freaked out is, for instance, what would happen if spawn times were drastically reduced? Look for those to start in Season 8. That's all they said. That's all they said, and that's why people were freaking out.
Yeah, well, that also sounds like a statement like we're reducing spawn timers, so I can understand.
No, but right above that it says run experiments.
Yeah, I know, but people don't read.
I'm honestly a little surprised that like the OW Cavalry like tweeted out like a post like that, because it's one of the most respected accounts like in the Overwatch social media.
Impression farming, isn't it?
They literally put like experiment. Like, I don't think that's misleading.
Well,
for them at all.
I thought it was a little misleading, but it's
they
like
know
it's not the
what
worst
they're
thing.
doing.
Yeah, they know that it's intentionally vague, so it gets more of a knee-jerk response. Like that's just common.
Yeah,
in
also
general.
that.
So
They
it's
got me
like
quote
I don't
retweet,
blame
so.
them, but it's like
I'd expect Neri or whatever that person is to tweet out stuff like that, you know, clickbaity shit, you know, trying to form engagement. OW Cavalry, I'm like, oh, this is a well-respected account. Like, I like this account. I have their tweets in my Discord because I'm like, this is a good news feed if you want to know more about Overwatch. So I was surprised.
Yeah.
So, but
there you go.
There we go.
Rubber ducky wrist, everybody.
yo,
Quack.
Yeah.
quack.
Oh my god, it's amazing. I love it.
See,
Holy
okay, that's what I'm
shit.
saying. Okay, same mind. It's Friday Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, I need this. How long is it in the store for? I need to log in game. I need to buy
Couple
this.
weeks or something.
November.
How much is
Oh,
the
this
Zen
today,
skin?
November 21st. Yeah.
Oh, the Zen skin is.
In 7 days? Oh my god, I need to download Overwatch on this laptop.
thought
I
it was
want it,
cheaper
but I
than
also
normal skins.
I don't know if I need it. You know, I
Oh,
got
that's
so
an
many Zen
egg.
skins.
You write it off. You write this off in your
responsible,
taxes, Scott. It's
Yeah,
fine.
You
you're
can do
right.
that, Scott. You can do that.
Yeah. I need it
Hey,
for
if
business
Apex streamers
research.
can write off the Apex Battle Pass, we can write off skins for.
I'm writing on the Apex Battle Pass.
Dude, I honestly thought about that.
I'm streaming, bro. I'm streaming.
Even if I stream to like 20 people, couldn't I
You
just
can
like
write, yeah, you
buy
can write that off.
bundles?
Yeah.
You can
and then-
absolutely write that off.
make a thumbnail and just like, hey, here's me trying out the new bubble bath Reese's
You
skin.
don't even have to go to that effort.
Yeah, you don't like. You think
don't.
people are following you up on that shit, bro? You're gonna be fine.
If you
Like,
stream,
Alright, bro. I'm just saying. They
Yeah.
just
No, I respect
The
it.
visa
Johnny's trying to get his
authorities went
green
into my
card. He doesn't
Instagram.
want a black
Yeah,
mark.
yeah.
I understand.
that's it, Johnny. Just say you just had a great Thanksgiving and that you watched the football on Thanksgiving, and they'll give you a pass, man.
I need I need
This
I
guy
need
is
to start
American.
growing my Instagram, guys. I applied for my visa thing, and the guy I was interviewing with was like, well, you know that Twitter's been obtained by Elon Musk. All right, he's like a foreigner. So you know, what do you do if he shuts down the platform? Like, what do you do if he shuts down
He
Twitter?
said Elon Musk is a foreigner.
Oh, he's
yeah,
from South
something
Africa.
like that, because he's not like
Wait, isn't Musk a
like
citizen?
it's
No?
an American
he's-
security
he's-
issue.
Yeah, but that's the issue. It could just be the fact that Twitter
Yeah,
fucking
straight up,
sucks
the
ass
agent
now.
was like, if he shuts down Twitter, you're not an influencer, so we're not gonna accept you into the country. So you need to grow your other platforms in case he shuts down Twitter. They straight up told me that.
And
That
what
is
if
a
Instagram gets
crazy
shut down? Like, what?
question.
Isn't that just the same for every platform? Like, doesn't even make sense.
That's also the same for
What if the
every
I need to
Zuckerberg
person.
diversify my social media following.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grow my TikTok. We'll see what it says.
That is
then.
a crazy question, though, for them to ask. Like,
That's crazy. That they said
Wow.
that.
I guess they
What
go
if the
super
whole
in-depth,
internet
but-
dies? I mean, come on.
Yeah. We don't have a job anymore.
Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
what is this person even asking?
yeah.
So
Also,
luckily, I
you're
showed them.
not-
I showed them the. I no lie. I showed them the Plat Chat YouTube channel, and it worked.
Yo, we did it, guys. We kept Johnny in the
I
country.
was like, we got 50k subscribers, bro. We're 50k on YouTube. It worked. Thank you.
Surely that will-
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
All right,
Yeah,
what else
it's-
we got? Is it
That's
flash off
great.
time?
Yeah, let's do
yeah.
a
You're
flash
gonna
off.
It
tell
must
about
be.
flashes quick. Bring it up.
Flash those ops.
So
Flash
the
those
qualifiers
ops.
finished. So we got the groups. We got the groups
We
ready.
should
Or
do
some-
the. Where's the results? We should see the results. The results are on Twitter. I don't know if they're on Wikipedia. I don't think they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Because it's
the-
worth
to-
noting, like all of so far, everything has just been the open portion of the bracket. So it's been a lot
Yeah.
of like the good teams just rolling through the bracket, and just like
Well-
they hasn't even really been broadcast for the most
Yes and
part.
no. It hasn't been broadcast. There are some replay codes on Unknown's channel because he's got access to replay codes. But But aside from that, we actually got into some interesting games. Like we got in towards the second group stage. I think it was an open qualifier. Then the group stage just got played. I think we're going to bring up the results very soon. It's on the doc. Here it is. And so there were 4 groups of 4 teams each. Poker Face and O2 High School, that's the Korean name, in second place, made it out of Group A. This was honestly a pretty easy group. I don't know who that third team is. Poker Face and O2 High School are like good teams, but they're not the elite teams in here. Group B was actually pretty easy as well. Some Prisoner and Runaway, clearly the top teams in there. MDY, I think, is I think a Chinese team. They seem familiar to me. I have to get the rosters again to check. But nothing really exciting in these first 2 groups. It's the Group C and D that got wild. Group C was the group of death. And despite not seeing these games, you can get a feel for how things went. And so if we look at the next page where Group C and D happen, Group C was wild because it had Isohan, Team 815, and Zero. So for those who don't know, Zero had like Knife, Open, and Irony and stuff. That was basically 2023 O2 Blast, or O2 High School, the 2022 version. Zero is this 2023 version O2 Blast. If you look at the results, Isohan, 815, and Zero all went 2-1. Lunar Stars random team went 0-3. The 3 teams had a good shot of making out of this group. Only 2 can. They must have played some sort. They would have had some tiebreaker scenario, and Zero just loses in the tiebreaker. But all 3 of these teams were capable enough to make it out of this. So it's unfortunately just a very stacked group. In Group D, the very interesting thing about this group is that Smurfs went 3-0, so they beat Hamster. And I did see some of the Hamster replay codes when Unknown streamed them. And when Hamster played these other 2 teams with ADW Unknown, they were literally off-rolling. Like, everyone was playing different heroes. I think Proper even just didn't play some of the games, and they just used other people. I think like either Harmbert or Felix was playing DPS at one point. They just did random stuff. But in the serious game, I didn't see the Smurfs Hamster game. I don't know if that's been the replay code's been streamed yet. But that hopefully was a really good game. But the Hamster Super Team lost the Smurf Super Team. These are probably 2 of the best rosters in this whole tournament. They both ended up in the same group.
Yeah, the rosters are on Wikipedia.
Prophet Bergeron won.
Yeah. The Smurfs are going to absolutely decimate, bro. Team is ridiculous.
Well, you would say that.
To be fair, all the teams on the list are ridiculous now. Because what is it? Poker Face, O2 High School, Runaways, Samprisa, Isohan, Teammate 15, Smurfs, and Ham.
I would honestly say the Zero is a better team than Simprisa. So if Zero was put in Group B, Simprisa wouldn't have made it. I do think Zero kind of got robbed based on the group seeding. But yeah, we're gonna miss out on Zero. I'm gonna get Simprisa instead. Simprisa's at least still like a decently stacked contenders team. It's got like Wu Chan, who I think was did he play on an Overwatch League team? Probably not actually. I don't think anyone on this team actually ended up in Overwatch League, but they played in at least the summer portion of APAC last year as part of the contenders teams that played in. And some of the players are pretty notable. Milgar, we talked about Ball earlier. Milgaru is like the next up and coming Ball 1 trick from Korea, so he was fun to watch during that period.
Low key, I think Hamster needs to win this. I think they need to restore some of their reputation. Because if you think about it, Chu-In Fielder bombed out of the Overwatch League playoffs and then lost to Team China in the Overwatch World Cup. Yo, Chio and Fielder, they need to get on that. They need to get on the run back and actually prove their worth. It's time to make a grand final or something.
DPS is ridiculous as well.
Yeah, like that squad is like literally what some people said like the Team Korea should have been, right?
Yeah, because it looks like the God Squad. It's really interesting if you compare like Smurfs to Hamster 2, like Proper and Stalker are like the new generation of like cracked DPS, and then Smurfs have the like older generation of cracked DPS, Birdring and Prophet. It's quite cool.
This is the super old guard. Smurfs is like the hyper old guard.
Yeah.
Like they're
sick, man.
These are the non-veterans showing up.
And they're still pounding.
Exactly.
Yeah, dominate.
They're out there like LeBron James, 38 years old.
I got one more in me.
Dunking.
Yeah, actually.
I got one more. Dude, LeBron James is looking good, Custa. I'm just saying. He looks back.
Bro, I Lakers versus Dallas Mavericks. I'm going to that game. Dude, if
you
LeBron,
are? Oh,
yeah, I'm going to that game.
are.
Yeah, Sam got me tickets for my birthday. We're pretty close to the court. If he doesn't play, I'm going to cry. I got to see that guy before he retires.
Dude,
still dropping 30 bombs.
I don't know what they injected in his ankle, but it looks hella good.
Yeah. Before we get into heavy NBA talk, I will say Isohan nearly dropped out of this tournament because, as a reminder, someone and Merit are currently in Saudi E-League, so they're not.
Oh yeah,
they're not on the roster. You see, they didn't play, so they had Pelican and Arns playing.
Someone sport, yeah.
With Kalios, yeah, whatever. I don't know. They just listed that whatever. Kalios and Arns played in this, and because they all went, Isohan 815 all went 2-1 scoreline wise. There was a world where Isohan get dropped out, and they were one of the favorites for this entire Flash Ops. It was very critical that they didn't lose here, so they barely scraped by in a way.
Well, Arn still dominates, so it wouldn't matter. He just plays Widow, kills 5 every single. God, he's so good.
Yeah. All right.
It's gonna be a good playoffs. Actually, is it streamed? English stream?
I don't know.
No English stream.
So
right?
I found out
be
more
on it,
information about the stream. So they will do a Korean stream for the next portion of the tournament, and they will only start doing English for the actual like
playoffs.
the end playoffs portion on the live LAN. So the
they're
live
doing a
LAN,
LAN event for Flash Ops. Okay, so
we'll have an English
That's
broadcast,
good.
but all the online stuff from here on out will have just Korean. So I don't know. We could do a Plat Chat co-stream of that because it's just going to be in Korean.
yeah.
It's going to be cooked to time zones for you
Wouldn't it
guys.
be
So it'll probably just be me doing it.
messed
It'll
up
probably
time
be
zones,
like
so just you.
ridiculous time zones. Yeah, probably. Yeah, well,
Unfortunately, just you.
I might go back and watch a bunch of those games. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I will 100%. Yeah.
So I feel like I might just do my own co-stream for it.
yeah. Maybe you do
I
your
think
own
they
co-stream.
start
and then we'll-
tonight. Yeah, they start
Right?
at midnight PST.
What about Thanksgiving? Oh my god.
Yeah, do they not
Dude,
care about
shut up.
Thanksgiving?
Do they
Dude,
not
the
care?
Visa people are not watching this podcast right now, Johnny. Chill out, bro.
This is
they
the
are,
only
because
social
Johnny-
media
Johnny linked
platform
them to
Johnny
Plat Chat.
has.
Johnny,
He has to
remember?
make sure he's like.
I would
really
not have
selling
brought
it.
up my conversations with them in case they were watching Jaws. Don't worry. I know.
There you go.
You told
Yeah.
them. You
what
told
if
them
they
about
are?
Plat Chat.
By the
But
way,
here we go.
Custa,
They start in the actual stream game starting 12 hours and 25 minutes.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
there you go.
I need to somehow get 8 hours of sleep before then, and ideally make a gym trip as well. And I have an appointment, so this is going to be a tight schedule for me.
Hey,
fellas.
you got this. You got this. Corner of the market,
man
Avril.
is hashtag hustling.
Go to twitch.tv/Avril. Wait, I'm Avril? Avril?
No, just Avril. I managed to score just
Yo,
Avril.
twitch.tv/Avril if you want to get an English broadcast of
There
the
you go.
Korean Flash Ops games. It's going to be bangers. And it's actually, like, that tournament is low-key going to be, like, one of the best tournaments we've had in a really long time. So, and it's cool that it's going to finish on LAN.
There we go.
It will be in
There
the WDG studio, right?
Yeah, it'll be.
I
in the
assume so.
cinema.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, back to what I was gonna say. Custa.
Yeah.
The Lakers are playing the Utah Jazz tonight in the in-season
Yeah, they got a
tournament.
back-to-back game. If LeBron gets fucking injured, I'm gonna fucking punch a wall or something.
Or maybe I don't want to freak you out, but maybe some load management in a back-to-back.
they wouldn't load manage
Yeah.
against the Mavericks.
Well, you gotta prioritize the in-season tournament.
Do you?
I'm going to
The
heat up my
Utah
lunch,
Jazz
bro.
are 4-9,
I'm
bro.
not talking about
The
it
Utah
yet.
Jazz are 4-9. The Mavericks are. What are the Mavs?
Bro, the Lakers lost to the Houston Rockets one game. They can't slack, man.
Shut up. You know, I
They
don't care
can't-
about
they
you.
can't Oh, maybe they beat the Trailblazers and the Grizzlies though, and the Suns. So maybe they're through. Maybe they
Dude,
don't,
we're
they
an
don't care
NBA
about today.
podcast, is
Maybe
what-
they don't care about today. Maybe they don't care about today, and they're just like, screw it. We'll
Johnny's
care
trying to
about
piss
tomorrow.
off as many Flash Ops fans as he can.
Hey,
I respect it.
Dude, why are people upset? We're gonna talk about flash ups, okay? You don't have to wait. Just if you're at the gym, just do one more set of bench press, and then we'll talk about flash ups, okay? It's one set. I'm talking about NBA, okay? Chill out, okay? If you're that desperate for Overwatch content, I don't know. Go watch Tactical Card or something, okay? I don't know. Support all the different Overwatch podcasts. Watch the coaches one too.
Yeah, the coach one there is out there. Yeah.
Yeah, we're flourishing in Overwatch podcasts here,
No,
okay?
no,
Just
if I
chill
was-
out. There's
I don't
so
know
much
if I would
Overwatch
say
podcast
Overwatch
content.
esports is flourishing right now, but we're out here.
No,
that's for
it's
sure.
specifically the podcast space. There's an
Ah,
influx
okay.
of podcasts, Overwatch esports podcast. Okay, so go watch all of them. Okay, there will be time. There will be content. Don't worry. You can multitask, do dishes, and listen to all the podcasts at the same time. Okay, don't worry about it. Vacuum, stuff like that. Anyway, flash ups, NA. Send it to NA. And see the 8. Oh, this is EU. This is NA. This is NA. So, the 3 best teams from the Swiss system. To no one's surprise, is of course the Tornado crew, featuring some of the more well-known names, such as Hydron, Sam, Mikey, Kalush, Reiners on their side, OG, Ultraviolet, and Cal. They went 10-0 in the Swiss group stage, so obviously dominating.
Wow.
And then tied for second with a 9-1 record was Wisp and Timeless. So Wisp, some of your favorite, Pro-Am players. As you can see on there, you got Rocket on there. Boat, for example. Remember Boat? When he dominated the San Francisco Shock. Boat the GOAT in the Pro-Am. I still just, I don't know, I just love that moment. Lyra and CJ, of course, as well. So some good names on Wisp. And then Timeless with Seeker, Sugar Free. Hawk is on there with RuPaul in Vegas as well. So 3 really good teams there that topped the Swiss kind of stage as we head into the actual event here. So, yeah, there's the download on the qualifiers, and here we are.
I'm not surprised Primus Tornado came first, but I really thought Timeless had a shot at first. Maybe they still do, because that team on paper is crazy. Like a top tier roster. But I think when you look at the Tornado guys, they have so much pre-built synergy that it's probably hard to clear for like a new team like Timeless, despite the individual talent.
Yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, I think these these teams are all really cool. Like, this is really, once again, like, we're gonna see the Contenders guys face off. It's kind of like Prime again. We're gonna see the Contenders guys face off against the Overwatch League guys. Obviously, that kind of is a moot point at this point, but it's cool to see like a lot of these opportunities for these guys, and you know, good to see the Primus. What is it called? Primus. I have like 480p. Yep.
Primus Tornado.
Primus Tornado. There you go. Primus Tornado. Really still sticking to their name. So, hey, I think NA, like, as much as we always talk about Korea being stacked, like, and like that Flash Shots being stacked, like, this is going to be a good event in North America as well. Has it been talked about if there's going to be a broadcast? People come to my channel all the time. It's like, is there going to be a broadcast for the NA, like, tournament? I would assume so, but I haven't heard anything on that end. So
this stage should be. Now that we're in the actual bracket, it should be
I agree.
Now we're in the bracket. I can understand them skipping round robin because it's like way too many games. But surely this portion of the tournament gets broadcasted.
Yeah, I agree.
You would have, you'd hope so.
Because this is like, if you think about it, like, this is pretty high tier in Overwatch Esports now.
Yeah.
You know, if there's no Overwatch League anymore, and I mean, there's no World Cup going on, this is like what we got for the moment anyway. So I want to see this shit.
It's the same with the Saudi E-League stuff. It's like these are the tournaments, and because all the players are like the best players in the world are free to play in these tournaments, they have time. They want to win them because this is the best way they're going to make money. These are really the big tournaments that you got to keep your eyes on. And like, if this is a glimpse at what we have in the future for Overwatch Esports, I'm excited. Like, I think it's cool to be able to see teams and players move around. It sets new narratives. Every match matters. Like, these open qualifiers, like, as much as we say they're kind of a joke for the top teams, like, there are always storylines, as AVRL said with the Korean one, where like a team that you expect to be able to make it doesn't qualify for whatever reason and stuff like that. So I think it'd be cool moving forward, because every match, you know, matters even more.
Yeah. Somehow won some good matches but can't qualify because 4 of the teams we beat.
What?
Sorry.
4 of the teams forfeited that they beat. All of them.
So they got punished because the enemy teams
because they FF'd?
Well, shouldn't their scoreline default to 3-0 versus all the FF teams, or how does
That's crazy, bro.
But maybe if they have the same map score but all their teams FF'd, like there's no, it goes down to the next head-to-head, and because they FF'd.
Oh, because their scoreline maybe remains the same, but the other teams that haven't played the FF teams got the 3-0.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah, right. Like they go 2-1 or something like that.
Yeah, but then I think the rules should, I'm just speculating, if that's how it is, then the rules should be that if a team FFs, everyone gets a free 3-0 versus them, even if you've already played them. Because that's the only fair way to do it.
That makes the most sense. Wow, that fucking sucks. Wow.
Oh, opponent win rate, so like strength of schedule, but because all the teams that forfeit or suck, then the tiebreaker is really bad.
If they FF, it makes sense for AVRL. AVRL's thing,
bro,
right?
that is crazy, bro. I swear.
That's really
dude,
that's the negatives of these tournaments.
Yeah.
Dude, it's amazing to me how every month in the Overwatch Esports scene we just unearth something like in the rulebook. Like it was like earlier this year, it was like the seeding
100%.
between Hangzhou Spark and like Soul Infernal, and then it was like the playoffs bracket. And there's always like some new rule that just pops up that just fucks up a tournament or something. Like the World Cup, we had like the Blackout Brawl. Dude, it's amazing. It's unbelievable. Just something.
We're popping off.
The funniest one this year was
should be equalized for everybody.
Exactly.
So it's like if a team forfeits, they should plummet to the bottom or strength schedule opponent strength. And then everyone has an equal strength of schedule opponent versus whoever forfeited. That's the most fair.
You just need to invalidate all their
teams
results,
shouldn't have
right?
been punished for that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I just got a text. We are ready to board your flight to Washington. Sorry.
Yo, let's go. When are you going to Washington?
Hey,
Wait,
Johnny
what?
going to Washington.
That's where he's getting his green card.
Do not open that attachment.
Yeah,
Do not
I wouldn't open
the
it on.
attachment. Do not open
yeah,
it on
don't-
stream.
wouldn't
Your
open an
phone's gonna
email.
get-
Good. Well, that is funny because I had a layover in Washington yesterday, and so I was just like, why did I get a text about this now? It doesn't make sense.
Does Biden give it to you, or who gives you the green card?
Biden.
Yeah. Joe Biden texted me. It says
Joe
right here.
Hey, Johnny. How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, buddy?
What's
By
the
the way,
plane
your
called?
flight's ready.
Yeah, what's the plane called that they
Air Force
fly
One.
on?
Air Force One.
Air Force
Yeah,
One,
yeah. It was like, yo, Air
You should
Force
know
One.
that, Johnny. If you're going to be a citizen, you know, you got to start.
is
You got to
true.
start.
He texts you. He's like, "Hey, I heard you're big on Twitter. You're an influencer. I'd like to let you
What if they
know."
get
You
shut
should be
down?
careful, you know.
Yeah, make sure you expand your horizons on TikTok. Actually, they probably wouldn't recommend TikTok, to be fair.
No, they would definitely not. Have you been watching the residential Republican debates?
No,
Uh,
I'm kidding.
No,
Let's talk about
no,
this.
I'm
You
gonna
get the politics,
Yeah.
guys? Plat Chat politics? Oh.
American citizen moment.
I like to stay informed. That's all I'm saying. All right. So SRP check, they dominated in the Swiss group stage here as well, and they got a sick staff. Take the staff as well. Staff. They got common staff buff. They got gun buff phase on this one. LH
It's a
Cloudy.
crazy
Like a-
stuff, by the way.
Yeah, it's a crazy staff for SRP check. So they dominated.
Wait, Cloudy doesn't play anymore?
Johnny.
Nice.
But there's some
Cloudy
nice
just
team here.
coaching
So
now?
Howdy.
I
Yeah,
don't
Alex
know.
Cloudy doesn't play. He's not going to play?
I don't know. Maybe it's a thing where, like, in backup scenarios, they can play their coach or something if someone sleeps in to 9:30 a.m. or something. I don't know. But yeah, they dominated SRP check. Did
Dude, budget team Finland, what a
with the
name.
Sola.
actually.
I will say, Gumba moved on quick. I mean, you know, unfortunately, the Falcon situation happened in Saudi, and he's like, boom, straight onto a new team. And
Dude.
he managed to land on the best EU
he's
team. So
hustling.
Dude,
No
you'd
issues.
expect ex Oblivione to be a lot higher than they are. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it's funny, isn't it?
Holy, What the fuck?
They got like
Also-
an insane roster.
oh,
They got
there
eight.
is some
shit, why are they eight?
Old school Doom players in these lineups too. Daned and Zergy. Zergy plays on. I don't know if he still does, but he was playing on trackball for the longest time. The
Hey,
trackball wizard in EU.
Isn't Hardy in Saudi right now?
Yeah, so he might not have been
Yes.
playing. So they
Yes.
might have had someone else playing tank.
Oh,
That might be why
Psycho
they-
or Backbone might have been playing. I didn't watch the games, not gonna lie. But
That's probably why they're eighth.
if anybody could inform us,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Cool.
That's
They
probably
had
what happened, yeah,
Christopher
that's probably
playing
it.
apparently.
Oh, they.
No, I might be getting one guide. I
That's
might be getting one
amazing.
guide, but they this is what someone in the YouTube chat is saying.
I would love that. I would love
That'd
that.
be sick.
Me and Christopher, we used to have some Brian duels back in the day. Good times.
Yeah.
When he played for Hammer
Good
Esports.
times. Hammer Esports.
I think
bro,
we
they're
lost to them in
available.
Takeover 2. That was fucking demoralizing.
Dude,
That sucked.
Johnny's just going through his worst memories right now. He's like, fuck
Hey,
this guy.
Christopher was a sick Reinhardt back in the 2017
Yeah,
He was.
days,
I do
alright?
remember. Yeah.
It was amazing. So, you know, mad respect. If he played again, I'm gonna go check out the VODs because we're both washed. So that'd be good. But yeah,
I thought you played great in the talent takedown. I thought you were exceptional.
cheers, mate.
You
Yeah.
really put Danny on a poster.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for like all of these flash ops groups. I'm like really excited to like watch this knockouts action. It's gonna be really fun. There's some really exciting teams here. So obviously can't talk about it too much right now, but you know, we're really excited for these brackets. Double limb brackets, poggers, all
Yeah,
the way.
Double limb is W.
Yeah.
Large W for the format there. Sad we don't have X Oblivione playing XX Oblivione there, but that would have been funny.
It is funny that
Yeah, they could.
that
they could
SR Peak Check are playing X Oblivion. Like that is a banger. So you got the number 1 seed SR Peak Check are playing X Oblivion with Shockwave, Kevster, Funny Astro. Like just it's gonna be a stacked first match.
I wonder if Hardy's going to be back. I'm not sure.
Yeah. When
I hope
when
so.
does the EU one kick off?
Oh yeah, he could just play from Saudi. Yeah, he'd be on like 100 ping, I think, but I think that's fine. Yeah,
It's a good excuse if you lose.
yeah, 100 ping. Yeah,
Yeah.
my ping's bad, bro. I don't know, bro. That sucks.
True.
Ping bad.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. I think it's cool to see, and Scott mentioned it earlier, but it's cool to see a lot of players that do have the time now, technically, right, to play in these tournaments and form these weird teams. And yeah, it's cool. Like the Korean one for me especially is like sick because of the Smurfs and Hamster as well. I think they're just ridiculous teams, like new, like the old heads versus the young guns, I guess, with the proper Soccer versus Bettering Profit. I think it's sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, quite like the way the EU teams look. There's like a lot of really good talent, and I think it's especially exciting because we saw how well
There is still
Finland
talent
played.
in EU.
So you even
Quite
have a team
surprised,
called
nobody.
Budget Team Finland, which I think is quite funny. I also like that Massa came out of retirement for World Cup and just retired straight away. Didn't he's like flash ups? Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna do it.
He only represents his country. Oh, like think about it like this. Imagine how cool it would be next year if Overwatch Esports ran like this, where we have flash off tournaments like these, the qualifiers, and then we have the 2 best teams from every region ends up coming together in a big international LAN, and then we did that multiple times in a year. That's fucking gravy. Like I think that would be the dream. Like that would be fun, and then you would see new inventions of teams. You'd see that.
Did you just say this? I can't remember. I got goldfish memory right now. But like a big flash ops could just be our future of Overwatch Esports.
Yeah, like look,
And
just
EU,
kind of
Asia, big flash ops.
Asia. Bring China back.
Big flash.
I might even get one guy in my Twitch chat, but
But
someone
it's-
said that there's rumors that Chinese servers might be coming back
Okay, so
up.
that
which
came from
makes sense.
Goose Ray.
Okay,
That came from Goose Ray.
Scott
No, it
needs
came
to
from
start
Goose
reading
Ray.
the chat.
No,
It came
Goose
from
Ray.
Goose Ray,
Goose Ray's a
okay.
great one guy. You know.
Okay. Goose Ray is a great one
He did
guy.
a giga leak. He did a leak where he basically said, "I'm gonna have to find this. It's buried. It's buried deep."
I don't know when I don't want any
in Reddit.
false information. Not in these.
I don't know. He got a
dire
leak
I'm
from
starving.
somewhere.
Feed
Goose Ray
me.
got a-
Feed me rumors.
Goose Ray got a leak from somewhere that essentially said that there was going to be China servers returning. He
makes
said that's
sense.
going to come next year in 2024.
Sick if true.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's through Steam.
That's crazy.
Or that's like through Battle.net.
Maybe
Here we
it's-
go. I heard some news when I was in the US that the Chinese server is on its way. It's getting announced pretty soon. Don't know how long will it take for them to set things up. It's guaranteed to go live within next year. Hard to tell if it's going to be as popular when it finally makes a return. At least we'll have tournaments with the server back.
Wow.
That's in Goose Ray's words.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a pretty like
I feel
convincing leak.
Yeah, as you said, like there's enough information there rather than just being like, oh yeah, I heard a rumor there might be
Yeah.
servers. And it's like, oh yeah, any other details? They're like,
Yeah.
nah, I just heard that it's coming. Like that's what
Yeah.
I said, right? But that's pretty convincing. Like I agree.
Huh.
Gooshway wouldn't lie about that kind of stuff. I feel like that would make no sense. So
That
there's
would
probably
make
at least
APAC
something
really
there.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it falls through.
Well, I hope it doesn't, because
Yeah.
we need that region really bad. That region is sick.
I believe in the Goose. He wouldn't lie to me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's so true.
All right. So
He's a known truth teller. He's not going to
a
lie.
known truth teller. So, bro, they've been on the like leak streams over there. It's crazy, bro. I'm
Everyone's
already
been leak
surprised.
streaming these days. Like everyone's
Ever
it's the
since
meta
Alpha
right
started,
now.
everyone's just like, you know
Yeah.
what? Gator
But-
did one.
Yeah. We got one important question here before we move on. If we can pull up the EMEA groups one more time, and the question comes from I'm gonna get this wrong, so I apologize. Eowyn in YouTube chat. And we look at XX Obliviones team. It's got Hybrid, UK, Mimone from Wales, and Kronos from Scotland. Why does Hybrid have the UK flag while Mimone and Kronos have Scottish and Welsh flags? Wouldn't it make more sense if Hybrid, I don't know where he's from, if he had an English flag? Because Wales and Scotland is in the UK, right? So aren't they all the UK?
Uh-oh.
It's even better. If you go,
We're
go
getting
to
into
Budget
this.
Team
We're
Finland,
getting into this.
if you go to
Yeah.
GCB, if you go to
Uh-oh.
GCB,
Why
his
is
flag
your
Northern
region so
Ireland.
fucking confusing, Jack?
What's going on here?
Uh-oh.
Get your shit together.
That's
If
where
there
there
was
was
a
war.
Scandinavian flag, we wouldn't do like
Fun
Danish
fact.
and Finland
This
flag. We would just,
This was the first time I learned that Northern Ireland has its own flag. Now it's not surprising. Like they probably should have
That
their own
is
flag,
funny.
but I've never seen it before. I looked at this GCB guy. I'm like, what flag is that? I've never seen this flag before. Northern Ireland. I'm like, oh shit, they have their own flag. Of course. So that was the
Yeah.
day I learned that Northern Ireland has a flag.
it's always funny when you look
There you
at
go.
Northern Ireland. You just stumble upon their soccer team like in the European qualifiers. Just like, oh, here's Northern Ireland playing football. So yeah,
I think Eoin is meant to be Ian. In
Ian?
Ireland, they say Eoin. No,
My
they don't say
bad.
like that, but
my apologies.
apparently they can't spell in Ireland, so they spell Ian wrong. It is.
Well,
Dude, we
I
are
wouldn't say
getting into
wrong.
the
It's an
weeds,
alternative
bro.
spelling.
I am not getting into this conversation, bro.
Yeah,
There's no fucking
that's what
way.
Jack said to me anyway, because he's British. I don't know.
Yeah,
Couldn't you
yeah,
at least
yeah,
educate us? Why is this?
Well, because some people are Scottish, some people are fucking Welsh, some people are fucking Irish, and some people are from fucking Northern Ireland, and some people
Yeah,
are
but
from
you're
the
not
fucking
UK.
mainland UK.
Well, Well, why are there no
Some
English
people are
flags on
fucking-
Wikipedia?
Because
Why
there's
are there
a
no
difference
English?
between England, United Kingdom, and Britain.
So here's the answer, because England's the most important one, so they just get to be the UK. It's just default.
Is that what you're telling us?
I
Yeah.
think if
England's the most
you're,
important one.
I don't think you can have just the England flag, but I guess you could if you wanted to. But most British people are just going to be, yeah, the UK flag. That's fine. But the Welsh people aren't going to want a fucking UK flag. The fucking Scottish people who made the big fuss, Cameron.
agree.
I don't know if he still plays Overwatch, but
I agree with Avril. It's like, it's weird that you have a UK flag that includes other countries, but those countries don't use the UK flag.
yeah, I think the England flag, I think, is just very old at this point, and just I don't think anybody fucking recognizes it. To be fair, like it's just easier. I think it's just easier, and it's more it's just more normalized to use the United Kingdom flag, I guess. I can't really give you an answer, to be very honest with you, but I'd assume that's what it is. That's the reason, anyway. Yeah.
Oh, I need to do some studying. What the difference is between...
There's a difference. Great
well,
Britain,
I don't
United
know.
Kingdom, and England. There are differences. I'm not getting into this conversation. Connor was getting dominated by his Twitch chat the other day when he was talking about that shit. It was very funny.
I'm gonna go
Why
learn
did he
and
talk
go watch
about this? What
Braveheart.
was the
I
reason
can't
for him to
remember.
talk about it? Like, what reason did he have to? Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty funny.
It's, you know, historically
it's
been
more
a
of a
very...
stand.
But a very peaceful region. I don't know why people are mad at
Yeah,
each other.
definitely. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Let's wrap up the Thanksgiving episode. Brought to you by Manscaped and their Black Friday sale. Make sure you check out Manscaped and their Black Friday sale. Love those people. Thank you for supporting the show. There you go. The rocket. I just love the rocket. And
Good.
then it just...
Good animation.
What do they call it? Can we pull up the rocket again? Replay the animation. What do they call that?
Just explodes.
A quickly
SpaceX.
dissolvable animation thingy. What do they call that thing these days? A rapid dissolving movement.
Rapid dissolving graphic.
Dude is speaking in Windows Movie Maker terms,
RDG.
like transitions.
SpaceX.
Like, what is he saying?
Rapid unscheduled disassembly.
Oh,
that's
right.
what it's called.
Okay, he's actually
That's
being
what it's
real. I thought he was joking.
Yeah, that's the new term for what that rocket ship did right there. So, well, if you want to assemble the best products for your balls, check out Manscaped and their Black Friday sale. There you go. Anyway, Bren's Prayer of the Week. I want to shout out Bren's Prayer of the Week to Mr.X, who put together a farewell to the Overwatch League montage. It's 51 minutes long, and it hits on all the seasons in the Overwatch League. There's some
51
highlights.
minutes? What
Yeah,
do you mean?
it's from everything. It's got highlights from all the seasons, and it's got a bunch of community figures saying thank you and making elaborate statements. I think me and Avril are in there. We recorded some tape for this video. So
That one was
51
really
minutes. This is great because now we have like an evergreen. What this is? Yeah, there you go. Evergreen kind of like video with all the highlights and like the story, not the story, but you know, great memories of the league. So thank you, Mr.X. You're my Brent's Player of the Week for this one. I don't know if you have alternate candidates, but I think this was a lot of hard work went into this, and a lot of people took part in making this. There you go.
Oily.
There's us.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
the
God, look how
episode.
sad we look.
Yeah.
That's the episode.
What's the
Man, that's in
timestamp
your
for
old place,
Johnny's? Johnny is about 40 minutes. Mine is at 41:32. So go to about 40 minutes.
Oh, we're not
So
going to
people
watch
can-
people's individual parts, dude.
No,
I
no,
can
no,
just
no,
watch,
no, no.
watch the video.
It is worth it. No, the individual parts is worth it. And then go to mine at,
Are we?
and then you'll see why. Mine is at 41:32. Just go to 41:30 after this. It'll be worth it. I don't know if it's
No, it's
playing
not
through. I don't know
there.
if people can hear it. Can people
It's
hear
not
it?
there, bro. Oh, there
There
it
he
is.
is.
You're mute. It's muted. You got to unmute the YouTube.
It's
Hold on.
what
I don't have
What
this
is-
on.
review, a YouTube review reaction stream.
I don't have the audio on. You're gonna have to tell me what happens here.
I can't hear it either.
Yeah, well, we only hear it on YouTube.
Unlucky. If it's coming through the YouTube, then YouTube can enjoy it.
All right. I'm sure you said something really insightful, Errol.
Here we go. Yeah.
Wait, what? I'm not.
I'm confused. I can't hear
I
it.
don't know.
Here we go.
What the fuck do you mean? Here you go.
It's over.
That was it.
It's hard to
What a
react.
performance! What a performance!
We can't hear it. We
Jesus.
can't hear it. True.
Holy,
True and base.
holy. Text.
It's true,
It was
can't even hear it.
text to speech. It was
Oh,
text
I
to
heard it.
speech.
Closed caption. Put it in the closed captions.
Text to speech. Solomon
Hey,
drops.
don't worry, guys. Just watch the video. Go watch the
Dump it.
51-minute video, and you'll see.
That was not in the
You'll
docket.
get it.
That was not in the docket. Brent's player of the
Even-
week, everybody.
Even though Zedis is gonna get the Brent's player of the week, I want to give a specific shout out. My funny candidate for Brent's player of the week this week is Johnny's visa officer. So
No,
Yes,
Jesus,
just like that.
oh my god,
My man. Great advice. Great advice.
Shout out,
man.
shout out.
Absolute legend.
I was gonna say,
I don't blame him because I walked up and he was like, "Oh, it's the first time I'm doing this," and I'm like, "Oh, make sure you do everything right. Gotta go through
you
the
bonded over
process."
that. That's
So,
very epic. That's very
yeah.
cute.
Sorry, Jack. What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say, give it to that company that made the smokeless fire pit that Snoop Dogg was a part of. I think
No,
we should
fuck
give it to
that.
that.
No.
No, what do you mean? What do you mean? The greatest
They
marketing
abused our
stunt
trust.
of the 21st century. Snoop Dogg is not giving up the smoke because
You know
he
what?
now has a smokeless fire pit.
Snoop Dogg is alive, but if Goucher said he was giving up the smoke, I'd believe him because he's a truth teller. Goucher
True,
doesn't
he
lie.
is a truth teller. Goosh way, everybody. Oh yeah, AVRL Mac.
Oh, it's fine. I got a bacon and egg McMuffin with an extra
Oh.
egg because I'm like that,
Oh,
and then I had just the standard hash brown and some Coke Zero.
that's an epic breakfast. I wouldn't have the Coke Zero. I'd have a coffee, but the fucking double.
I'm
oh
about
my
to
God.
sleep, so I don't want to have a coffee, Jack. So that's
No, that's fair. Yeah, that's
That'll
very
do it.
fair.
That'll do
Hey,
it.
did you know, Avro, that there's caffeine in Coke Zero?
oh mother. Jesus.
Not as much as
Well,
coffee. to
I'm
be
just not
fair.
gonna sleep then. I
It
guess.
is defense.
Is there caffeine in the syrup version?
Yo, probably. Right?
Yes.
Probably.
I'd be very surprised if there isn't.
I'm pretty sure they put caffeine in there because it's a mood booster, and so
Yeah,
it
right,
makes
maybe.
people, happy.
That's what
happy
makes people
feelings when
think
they
they're
drink
like, oh, I feel much better. Yeah. There you
can-
go.
Oh yeah.
Well,
you
no,
can get
in the
gold
can. I know
Coke,
there's in the
so-
can. I'm talking about the syrup stuff that comes out of the fucking.
it. You mean the high fructose corn syrup?
Yeah, no, the shit that fucking the what are the machines that they have that they just put the
Yeah,
fuck
when you press in the cup.
Yeah, it's just in syrup.
Or are you
like,
saying that's different Coca-Cola from an actual
It is.
can?
it is 100% different
Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
Did you
Yeah,
not
it
know
comes
that?
out of a
It's a
bag.
syrup.
What?
What?
There's not.
No,
Dude,
they
it's like
don't
a-
have.
it's like a
they
different
don't have-
version of Coke?
They don't have jugs of Coke that they connect
Yeah.
to. No, they have syrup, and then they mix the same soda with all this different kinds
it's
of
like-
syrup.
Yeah, that's
tell-
been a thing forever. Like since it first came, like Coke
Yeah,
first
yeah.
released. It's
That's
a
why
syrup.
it
This
tastes
means-
different. That's why
Yeah,
it
This
always
means
tastes different.
Is Johnny is the only one of us that hasn't worked in hospitality. That's why he doesn't know this.
Yeah.
I've never worked in hospitality, to be fair, but I knew that.
The rest of us have worked a job, so
What
we
the
know this.
fuck is this?
Oh, no, I worked at
Why are you
Custa.
flaming? Come on, man.
I guess that's hospitality.
What the fuck, man?
I can't believe you didn't know that. I thought that was quite a common thing. It's a syrup, and then there's water, or like soda water or something. Yeah, and it
I
mixes together.
don't know. I don't.
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
remember the
it's-
last time I
They're
had
gonna make you do
fountain
5
soda.
shifts
Would
at
you
Shake Shack now
chug
before they give you a
The
green
Coke
card.
syrup. Would you chug?
That's
probably
an
kill you, actually.
insane concentration of sugar in that. An
Yeah.
unbelievable
It might kill you.
It's
concentration.
fucking disgusting. Yeah.
Would be funny. The forbidden liquid.
Yeah. I
It'd
gave
be like
up, I
chugging
gave up
maple
soda.
syrup. I can't think of a single person
gave up
that's
soda?
done that, right?
I drink soda like once a month, maybe like
Yeah,
one
yeah.
can, like a Coke Zero or something, like once a month. But I replaced it with Spindrift. I just drink sparkling water.
There you go.
I love Spindrift.
I just drink. Yeah.
I'm gonna start some kind of company just. So I
Dude, we
can
should
tax-
do a transformation video of Johnny like 6 years ago to now. I feel like Johnny, he's become
What?
such a responsible American adult.
American.
And he
Yeah, he
started as a
has.
Swedish
That's so true.
keyboard
Are you
player.
telling me you haven't changed? We've all gone through transformations.
Yeah,
no?
yeah, but I feel like I think, yeah, you're probably right. But I don't know,
You're
like,
a
I feel
homeowner
like,
now.
yeah, fuck me. It fucking owning.
Look at
homes is
you.
fucking-
Yeah.
yeah, fucking great.
Dude,
But
the
I don't
fucking
know, like,
greatest
just-
moment is just like when you realize that you're an actual homeowner because you got like a wet part of like your wall and you're just like, wait a minute.
Dude, there's so
just
many
goes
things that I
downhill
could
from
do.
there.
Dude, I was sanding some stuff off of, like, we had some stuff that I had to sand in my house because it looked shit, and I fixed it. I was like, yeah, this is the life, just homeowner things. Got my sanding block, just doing some stuff around the house.
Oh man. Yeah.
Brent's Player of the Week. To blocks oars. Blocks oars. Yeah. Brent's Player of the Week. Solomon completing blocks oars.
Yo, let's
Damn.
go. This game was
Wow.
So much fun when it first came out.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. We were talking about it at the start of the episode.
played
So I
this
said
before you
Wrecking
came
Ball
on,
should be
yeah.
changed.
Oh,
into
really?
this.
Yo.
Yeah. Reckon
So
Bull should
Slam it.
Sam,
Wait, what are you doing?
Hey, where are you going?
Solomon.
Scott, by the way, Scott, Sab just outed you in the
Holy.
chat. She says you turn 30 tomorrow, so welcome to the big 3-0.
I do turn 30 tomorrow, yeah.
Welcome to the big 3-0,
Go,
baby.
Let's go, baby.
Are you
Hell
excited
yeah.
for your 30s? 30s?
Yeah. I feel like I'm mentally there. You know,
I feel like
you
I'm ready to.
some people are like, oh, I'm not ready for my 30s and I'm still young. No, I'm too old for this shit, bro. I feel 30, so it's good.
Newsflash. It will be the same today as the same tomorrow. Like
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still as young as fucking I got here in America, like in 2020. Like I do not feel any fucking different. I feel like I don't act different. Maybe I do. I don't know. It's the same
I don't know.
shit.
I feel like there's the Kevin Durant meme. My next chapter. it's like I'm starting to prioritize things that I didn't prioritize. Like, well, I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm 28,
Scholars.
but like 5 years ago, the transformation is I have different priorities compared to 5 years ago. So like I'm not prioritizing getting good at Overwatch anymore. I'm prioritizing increasing the value of my house by improving it. So me and Custa, like we're on that homeowner kind of.
I don't have one fish tank anymore. I have 4.
Jack just multiplied.
Hey, I spent the whole day yesterday redoing my 22 long. Looks beautiful now. Fuck Blackbeard algae. That is not Brent's player of the week. I hate Blackbeard algae. I wish it didn't exist.
You should start a fish tank TikTok.
Fish tank? No, because the reason why I won't do that is because the level of quality in fish tanks, like that people do TikTok and YouTube and stuff, is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's hard to catch.
And like, you have to be like a true like master aquascaper to do that.
Are you not?
Seriously? No, fuck no. There's no way, bro.
It's like, I think it's like being a diamond
an
Overwatch
awful-
player and being like, oh, why don't you just start streaming? People will watch you. It's like, well, people are probably going to want to watch better people,
like-
right?
It's
Or-
like an
so
actual
unless you're
crazy
super
art form.
entertaining.
If you want to look up the GOAT, Takeshi Amano, who has a shrimp named after him, he is like the GOAT at like aquascaping.
He has a
and stuff.
shrimp named after him.
Yeah, the Amano shrimp, which he used a lot in his tanks. Yeah,
What?
He is the GOAT.
When did they name the shrimp after him?
When he was, he unfortunately he passed away like a few years ago, but I assume when he started using them a lot in the tank, they have a scientific name obviously, but like the shrimp was called the Amano shrimp because they're big, they don't breed in fresh water, they only breed in brackish water, so you don't get an overpopulation of them in your tank, and they're crazy good algae eating machines basically. So he uses a lot of them in his escapes and stuff. Yeah, Takeshi Amano, if people want to learn about like god tier aquascaping, beast.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
But yes,
Cool.
no, I will not start a TikTok because my tanks are shit compared to everybody else's.
Okay. Well, get on that grind, baby.
Yeah, maybe.
And also, you could start a TikTok, and then they could delete TikTok, and then how are you going to prove you're an influencer?
That's so true. Oh, that's so true. If they delete TikTok, I'm screwed.
Yeah. I believe
TikTok
in
is the
you.
most likely social media to be deleted, actually. So
Yeah, you're not wrong.
banned from the
Actually, you're
United
not far
States.
off, which is crazy, by the way. I don't know if anybody's been following that. Also, if anybody's been following, we don't. This podcast should have been over like fucking half an hour
Fucking
ago.
20 minutes ago.
But Manifest V3 for like Google Chrome. If anybody's been keeping up with that stuff,
Is
my
that the
God,
ad block stuff?
Yeah, it is. It looks kind of shitty. So yeah, unlucky.
Okay.
Might switch over to Firefox now.
Oh, big
Alright.
Firefox gaming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But there you go.
All right. We'll talk about
Let's
that.
end the episode.
And
Let's end the episode.
God, I can
geopolitics
sleep.
in next episode. This was episode 203. We'll see you next week to see what we can come up to talk about. It's been a pleasure. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy
I'm gonna go
Thanksgiving.
eat some turkey in 48
Hell yeah.
hours, maybe. I don't know what's going on. Goodbye.
Bye.
Happy birthday, Custa.